rolling.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 171 of the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast. We're brought to you by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business on or offline, website design, SEO, Google Ads, graphic design, printing, we can absolutely help. We were just talking about AI before we got on. Our big thing right now is AI is now feeding local results. ChatGPT is like using Bing to feed local results. So you have to be built out on Bing. But then also like SEO for your website, search engine optimization for your website, because it will look at your website. And if you have valid information, sometimes it'll show on Gemini and ChatGPT, it'll show you where the results came from. So if you have information, you're blogging on your website, adding page content, and then it uses your website, you get fed out as the place where it looked, or this is where I got my answers from. And sometimes it's like 3 different websites. So like we're helping people with that, but how do you do that? SEO. You have to add content to your website, and that's part of SEO.
More things that link back to your main website, the more it notices. Like even if it's
backlinks,
just a blog page,
backlinks are a huge part of SEO, but very specifically, great, you backlink to your website. But if you don't have a content-rich website, like you're not going to be the source for answering certain questions. So AI is, just like the search engine, like Google, it's indexing everything. Well, same thing's happening with AI, where it's looking at everything. If you want to be someone that's or a website owner whose website is being used in those search results, you have to have a ton of content on your website. Yeah. That's it. There's no other way.
This week, I used ChatGPT to set up the next 15 months in blogs, titles, subtopics, parameters, things to cover, so that I'll have 2 blogs a month on my gym's website for the next 15 months already set up, ready to go.
That is absolutely great. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And you will start to get found. Now, I'll talk to you off air a little bit about like, make sure you're saying this, what your titles should be. Like if you're doing it to get more students in the,
of course,
then be very specific with city names, putting your company name, putting words like jiu-jitsu, grappling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And the little trick for some people is putting karate and other martial arts in there. Wrestling, karate, kickboxing, Muay Thai, right? Even like the karate one is the big one because, mom, who knows nothing about martial arts is going karate school near me. It's like it's more highly searched than jiu-jitsu. The dad's going to know jiu-jitsu. Mom's going to know karate, right? And then she finds a jiu-jitsu academy and doesn't know the difference. My old school, he used to be like, somebody calls in and asks for karate classes, and he goes, yes, come on in. And it was just jiu-jitsu. It was just straight jiu-jitsu. So, but that's one little trick that you can do. So you can go to our website, find us on Instagram at Black Belt Digital Marketing. You can go to bbdigitalmarketing.com and request a free review of your online presence today. Really cool. Tell you where like all the bodies are buried in relation to your business. So we are also brought to you by Academy Safe. Yay, Academy Safe. AcademySafe.org is a nonprofit whose mission is to help clean up the martial arts by advocating for background checks, U.S. Center for Safe Sport certification, and concussion training for all coaches and staff members at every academy throughout the United States and Canada. I'm the founder and executive director of Academy Safe. Rob Ingram is the founder of McDojo Life. He is our executive VP. Everybody knows the crazy videos and the black belt stuff on McDojo Life. We're working together to change the way people find and vet martial arts academies. We're providing basically a martial arts registry showing the academies that are doing these, not just those first 3 things, but 8 different things, including having a defibrillator on premises. I had a heart attack. We'll talk about your incident at your place. First aid CPR, defibrillator certification. You got to send the picture to Brandy.
Okay.
Security cameras, verification of owner, coaches, and staff belt ranks and lineage. And then verifying academy or business insurance, which is the one that everybody's like, why are you doing that? Everybody has business insurance. They don't. They let it go. If you have a multi-year lease and you showed your insurance for the first year, a lot of guys let it lapse. So we found that already. People are like, oh, insurance. Oh, let me get with my guy and get that to you. They don't have it. So it's something that could be a problem. And after that big case, you want to have, right, that $46 million lawsuit, right? Where Henry Gracie was the expert witness.
I stopped doing slingshots for months.
Is that what that's called?
A version of it.
Yeah. I usually tell we've got a lot of young kids at my school when they're like on my back and trying to do that role. I'm like, bro, do you know about that? Probably just be careful with it, because if you're doing it to me, you're probably doing it to the young kids, and if somebody puts their head the wrong way, it could be bad. So check us out at academysafe.org. Get your academy registered today. You don't have to be the owner to get the process started. So you could just be a coach and get yourself through the process. You don't get an accreditation. The school gets an accreditation, but we will list you and show that you have everything done. You can use code JJDFIVE, so JJD5, JJDFIVE. You can use that coupon code at checkout. You get a few dollars off your annual membership. You don't need to have everything done. You don't need to have your defibrillator to get started. You get started, you pass your background check, we show you listed, and then we can add your coaches and just check off things as they get done. Honestly, most gyms are taking a couple of months to get everything done.
I'll say this, as a guy who's been dragging on with this for way longer than it should have taken.
Yeah, I'm not looking at you because of that.
Bro, you're preaching to the choir, but like, it will make your life so much easier if you organize and schedule for everyone. Hey, we are doing our certifications on Saturday the 5th at noon. Everyone.
You're talking about like for the staff members, right? So like the owner usually gets signed up first, and then he adds in the his staff members.
Half my staff went with me when I did it at your gym, and then the other half was like, "Oh, we'll take care of it."
They're not going to take care of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which again, we're giving you the benefit of as long as you pass the background checks, everyone gets listed. The accreditation comes once everything is done. So I mean, that's the biggest hurdle is background check. Make sure nobody's got any problems, and then we come in with the rest. So again, a coach can just go on and get started. We will list your academy. If you're a coach that trains at multiple gyms, you pay once. We'll put you train at 10 gyms. We will list all 10 gyms, show that you're there, but it'll say it's not accredited until the coach and all the staff members get listed. So we're trying, we're trying to add value right away. Remember, again, you don't need to have everything done. You get started. We'll walk you through the process. We'll help point you in the right direction. We have a deal on we have an agreement with Avive for AEDs, right? They have brand new AEDs, and then we do have somebody else that has a refurb. Did you do the refurb?
I did the refurb.
The refurb.
The Avives were quite pricey.
Yes, if you call them, it's not on the site, but if you call them, they will work out like an annual payment. If you did want to get the brand new, it's the latest and greatest. It literally like has tracking.
It looks crazy. It looks like an alien.
So I spoke to an affiliation, somebody who runs an affiliation yesterday, who said they're coming on board and they're going to mandate this for 100+ academies in the U.S. and Canada.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? So we're in the first conversation, called us out of the blue. I'll tell you the name off air. You'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
She's like, we're doing this. We need to do this. We've been trying to figure out a solution, and somebody put me onto you guys, and it's like, this is everything that I don't want to do because we're tracking everything that I said. We're tracking that, and we can let them know this academy doesn't have their insurance. Hey, this academy, this person didn't pass a background check, and so on, right? So she's like, you guys will do that? I'm like, yeah, we have it. We can give you access to your account and all of your affiliates, or we can just give you a spreadsheet that shows you everything that needs to get done and when, and
awesome.
and who passed, who didn't.
That's like the first big step, isn't it? You get that first like large affiliate on board, and all of a sudden you are countrywide instantly.
Yeah, well, continent-wide.
Yeah, true.
Continent-wide. They have 100 academies in the U.S. and Canada, and another, I think, 50+ worldwide. And we can't do worldwide yet. We would need a background check company in every country, so we have to get there. But U.S. and Canada, same cost, same companies, same everything. So really cool. So again, get started. You don't need to have everything. We'll point you in the right direction. But the benefit is getting listed. But then when you get accredited, then we're doing tons of like sharing. Once you get accredited, you get a sticker. We're sharing the stories. We're posting. We're putting that little sticker there. You can put it on your website. We've added resources. We did that webinar recently with the Secret Service and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Like, we're adding a lot of value for people, not only the academies and the coaches, but even their parents and students, right? So last but not least, thank you to our friends over at Flow and Roll. Hands down the best gi and no-gi gear in the business. Visit them on Instagram at flow_n_roll and check out their custom designs they've created for academies and competitors all across the country. Gym owners, you can stock up on your gis and no-gi kits at flowandroll.com today. Visit their website and get 20% off your online order with code JJD. And even though he doesn't do it a lot, if you are like a new academy owner, you could be any academy owner, but this is great for a new academy owner. You have all the expenses of getting all your gear, your mats, all that bullshit. He has a pre-order program. So basically how it works is like, he'll put your kit online, all of your stuff. He'll create it for a few $100s. He'll create all the designs, do everything. Put it online for your students to order, so you don't have to lay out 5, 10, 15 grand to have all of your gis, all the embroidery done, all the artwork, your no-gi kits, your shorts, everything. Your name, your designs, cool designs. I'll show you one that I've got here that we did with him. Put it on the website. They order. He ships it right to them. You get the markup. What do you want to mark it up? What would you sell it for in your academy? I'm giving you the same markup. And then he says, okay, here's your money. Or do you want to put it towards keeping some stock now? So for a few $100, you have all your stuff out there. People can order it. You lay nothing out of pocket to even get your inventory, other than that few $100 to get started.
That's awesome.
So it's a cool pre-order program. Like, again, great for somebody who's just starting out. Or, hey, I'm like, times are tough. Trying to get students in. I can't lay out all the money. We don't keep gear. We don't stock gear because I don't have the money. This is a great, like, less than $500 out of pocket. I mean, it's probably
that's awesome.
$200-300, I think, is what he normally charges. Don't quote me on that. And then you have all your gear. Again, flowandroll.com. You can just place your regular orders. Use code JJD for 20% off. That 20% off code doesn't work for like the pre-order stuff. So if you're doing pre-orders, just give them a call. When you go to the website, you can even, if you're a competitor and you just want like, hey, I'm going to ADCC and I just need my shorts done with my logos, they'll even do that. So they'll do one-offs for you as well. Nobody really does that, right? It's all about like, they want it in
just like
quantity.
$80 a pair.
Or it's like you got to order in bulk, right? So he does all that. Last but not least, I said last but not least before, but let's, if you've been online or if you've watched the show, we had Richard Bressler, the author of Worth Defending, co-author, along with Scott Burr. We actually had Scott on the show as well. Richard Bressler did pass away this last week. For those people that don't know, he was Rorion Gracie's first like official student, like the student that stuck with him, and like his first blue belt. So he passed away. He was on the show twice. Great guy. Considered him a friend. Was hoping that he was going to get through it. I kind of privately heard from Scott, it's like it didn't look good. So I don't, holding out hope. And there was a lot of people going to visit him. They gave him his coral belt, Henner and his brother. Hiron gave him his coral belt when he was in the hospital. So that was really cool. And people had bug up their ass about it. Like, really? The guy, the guy's on his deathbed and he gets a coral belt. Like, he deserved, like, he lent Rorion the money to get that first UFC started, to get that first event off the ground. Like,
he's as old school as they get.
Yeah. And like totally was okay with being behind the scenes and, and wasn't like looking for the accolades and all that stuff. So very cool. Well, he'll be missed. So, all right. I'm Milton Campus. I'm the black belt training out of Coral Springs, BJJ in Coral Springs, Florida, if you didn't know already. We've got Ben behind the camera today. Say hello, Ben.
Hey, guys.
We got Ben on the co-hosting duties.
Hi.
And in studio today, we have a man that goes by many names.
So crazy.
So we got Shane.
Yep, Riveira.
Wait. We got to do the middle names, right? So it's Shane, also a.k.a. Pompano Joe, a.k.a. Zizinho Riveira. Yep. There you go. Welcome. Thanks for coming back. This is your second time on the show.
Second time.
The first time we did it way back, I think we were like in the double digits, under 100. And you came to visit us in the Miami studio. And
it was 236 pounds.
Oh, yeah?
Man, I was a big boy back then.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
I remember. I don't remember that. I remember at the War Memorial, you fought my coach. And you were a bigger dude at that. Yeah. You guys had a match there. You were a bigger dude. Let's give Ben a quick minute. Let's do your shout outs. How's Fight Tape? How's everything going with Fight Tape?
Fight Tape's going awesome. Yeah. Actually, I ran through my first complete order of gauze. I've got a second order coming in. It's only been like 3 or 4 months. So the traction we've been getting has been awesome. I had a guy reach out to me from Vegas or from California, said his son is a pro boxer sparring out in Vegas, and the gym he was at, they were talking about, tape's really expensive. And the gym was like, oh, check these guys out. Their prices are really good. Holy shit, I don't even know anybody in Vegas. That's awesome. Yeah. I was so excited.
That's what happens.
So, yeah, it's going great. I'm very happy. Actually, Rob from McDojo Life hit me up about coming out to FightCon and doing like a hand wrap seminar and putting up a booth for Fight Tape.
Is that the one that you were telling me about the other day?
No, he just called me like 2 days ago.
Well, you going out to FightCon?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I talked about that event, but you have an event happening.
We have an event this month, July 26th at A&M Jiu-Jitsu in Fort Lauderdale.
That's that one.
Right, where we will be doing hand wrapping. Coaches, cornermen, fighters. It's an important skill to have. These guys put their health, their well-being in your hands. You should know how to protect the weapons they use to beat people up. So come to my seminar, learn how to properly wrap some hands, and then bring that home to your fighters.
You have another event, though, you told me about. Didn't you tell me about setting up, you said come set up a table at an ISK event?
So We haven't announced our date yet, but I'll do
Okay.
it since this probably isn't going to come out for another week or two.
Yeah,
and it'll be out.
it'll come out by next Wednesday.
So September 7th, the South Florida IKF point kickboxing and Muay Thai tournaments are coming back. We're moving down from Palm Beach. We're setting up shop in Davie now. We got the Davie Police Athletic League. We'll be setting that up for our tournament.
Officer Shane here.
Officer,
He's nodding his head when you said,
yeah,
What's up?
it's important to work with the police. Keep
Yeah.
our streets safe.
Yes.
You know, but if you're an intro level competitor, these are not full contact fights. They are point fights. Think of like a stiff spar, but instead of the people in your gym that you're used to dealing with every day in and out, you get a new look. You get a real feel for competition. You get to win some trophies, and more than anything, you get to have a really good time.
Very cool. The hand rep seminar is coming up this month,
Yes,
though,
sir.
the 26th. So check it out. If you go to Academy Safe,
Mhm.
on Academy Safe, because we're doing it partially to benefit
Yes, sir.
Academy Safe, so and thank you for that.
No problem.
If you go to Academy Safe, go to our Instagram, click the link in the bio. Like there's one link, and then it opens up to all the links, and you'll just see it says seminar and hand wrap seminar. So check it out. Come out. We'll be 12 to 2.
Yep.
Saturday, A&M Jiu-Jitsu in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, sir.
So come check us out. Don't forget to like, comment, save, share, click that subscribe button. We appreciate all of your support, and let's bring Shane back into the conversation.
Oh, man.
So you're still a police? No, it's like you're still a police officer. You've been on the job for how long now?
About 6 years, going on 7.
Okay.
Should be. And down in the city of Miami Gardens. I love
Yeah.
it down there where the stadium's at.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty action-packed area, isn't it?
It's actually,
Why do you mean, Ben?
Gunplay.
Yeah.
back in the day? But you know, it's like every other city you're in. There's something, right? But
True.
but this is really nice, man. It's getting built up real nice. We were speaking about that earlier, like how all these like new centers, these promenades are being built.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. So I mean, there's a lot of money being pumped down in there, and you know, they're building it up, especially because we got the Formula One over there.
Yeah.
We have the World Cup over there. We got all the Dolphins games, every concert. Like this weekend, they're calling me to come in because we have Morgan Wallen there for 2 days. And
Okay.
that's going to
Yeah.
bring all kinds of business and traffic down there. So
They're doing. I mean, we were talking about this again before. Like Florida's just crazy with all the, like, do we have this many people that need apartments? You know? Like in my
we don't.
area, no.
The real estate market is like crazy flooded. There have never in history been more available houses on the market,
Yeah,
and which is I mean, good.
without like we're back to
Right.
a buyer's market. It would be a buyer's market
I
because
know.
more inventory is the prices are gonna.
I was shopping in 21, and I'm kind of dipping my toe back in now.
Yeah,
I know, like Port St. Lucie this year dropped 39% in value.
that's good.
I mean,
That's good for us
as long as you're not selling. But yeah, like,
for
as a guy who
people who
wants to
wanna
buy
buy
a
it,
house, fantastic.
how are the interest rates? And that's the problem.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
But even so, you know, if the house is 400 and it's like that was 260 grand like 3 years ago, it ain't happening anyway.
I sold. I bought and sold pre-construction. I did a pre-construction right at the beginning of COVID. Life happened. We sold the house. Was up when we signed after 9 months from putting the deposit to sign. We were up a few $100,000 on the house. Sold up more than that. We sold when we were higher than that. And I keep an eye on the house, and it's going on 2 years. August is 2 years since we sold, and it only went up like 20 grand. And if I probably keep an eye on it, it might have gone up a little higher and then dropped. But it's like it went up like 20 grand. I'm like,
Yeah. Miami's having a hard
buy it
time
back.
because you remember when that building collapsed in Miami?
sunset something.
Yeah.
or other.
Ever since then, apparently Miami was like, you guys have to do all the updates that haven't been done or kind of shirked off to the side. So now, like, hey, your mortgage is $3 grand and your HOA is $2,500.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who can afford that shit?
You know who lives down there? Bo
Mhm.
has an apartment down there. The producer where we were. So that apartment, he rented and then owned that one and was fixing it up, and then he turned it into the studio. He now lives in that one, and all around him, it's all construction going up. And he's one of the advocates, like in his building, for like, let's sell. They've had offers, I believe, and they've had people like, let's sell. But there are people that have been there since that building opened. That's their home. They don't want to move, but they're offering these, like, the offers are millions of dollars for a 1, 2, 3 bedroom apartment.
Coral Gables, right?
He's in that's Biscayne. He's right on Biscayne Bay.
Oh,
one side of the building
overlooks that money and drive 90 minutes north and buy a mansion and still have half left.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about I think it's based on square footage, but it could be in the millions.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's when there's a demand. If they stop building, have you guys? You're down there. You drive to Miami. The last time I went to Miami, it's freaking scaffolding everywhere, and it looks like there's just an infinite amount of buildings on the skyline being built, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who they're going to put in those.
I would rather drive to Orlando than Miami any day of the week.
I'm driving down to Miami for that weigh-in today for ADCC, and it's going to be
Yeah. Are you fighting?
Yeah.
Flow and Roll
Okay.
is setting up there.
Okay.
So I'm going down probably around 12 to 1. Do you know when you're fighting? The times come out today, right?
No, so I spoke with Carlos Diaz, you guys know, that works for ADCC, been there a long time. And he hit me up this morning. He's like, bro, we got 1,600 competitors sold out.
Really?
So being Masters 2, 45 years old or 46, I will be probably fighting at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So
got a rash guard for you?
Man.
I know you 10 Planet guys got you're getting a million rash guards probably.
We love
this
it.
Is I haven't talked about this in a while. So I did this with Flow and Roll.
Like that.
So I had a heart attack, right? So the heart was near and dear to my heart, Shaka, the whole the ground is my ocean sharp thing, right? So we had that. We put the peace symbol, and then on the back it's got because we say peace, love, jiu-jitsu at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's an XL for you.
Thank you, man.
And I also have we haven't had anybody big enough to take. Believe it or not, everybody's been smaller than the XLs. I gotta get. You don't have. Oh, do you have one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw you post it. And you're an XL in rash guards. Are you an XL in t-shirts? This is a little big. You're a large. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one. I'll get you another one.
No worries. Thank you, man.
So he'll be there tomorrow. I'm gonna go down with the wife for a little bit and just chill out. He invited me down, and
where is it? UM?
No, excuse my language. The Fuchs Pavilion.
Is that what it's called?
You call it
Fuchs? Is it maybe Fuchs? I don't even know.
What
is it like?
What
do they call that? What are they? Isn't it like?
He's over there where the Dade County Youth Fair is.
The fair, the fairgrounds, the fair. I think I was looking at it yesterday. Yeah, so I'm gonna go down a little bit. So the way that I get my wife to go to that stuff is to hey, we're gonna go down, and then we'll find a new restaurant. So she's like,
go, and it's Palacio de los Yugos.
Listen to this.
It's the only place to go. That's how Alice, my wife, got me to keep dating her by going to Miami. She would bribe me with Cuban coffee.
Yeah,
I'll take you to Palacio. Okay.
The last time we went down, I don't even remember the name of it. We went down to some barbecue joint that we saw on we just saw on Instagram, and it was freaking the food was amazing. They had horse rides, you can go around the thing. There was an area where kids were having birthday parties. They had fish, koi pond.
Restaurant?
It's a barbecue restaurant with a whole thing behind it for parties. Okay. And they also had I don't know.
Was it called Shivers?
No, I'd have to look it up. I don't know the name.
Cool though.
There was also dirt bikes and not dirt bikes, ATV rentals.
This is West.
I was wondering why people were coming in. It was a barbecue joint, you sit, it was it was open air, so it's covered, but then the walls were all open, right? And I'm wondering why. I'm these people are coming in all dusty and dirty. I'm what the? I didn't see it until we walked around. But they take ATVs. They take ATVs and they drive them around the edges of all the farms. It's they're when you leave, they're just right next to you, driving a mile down. They just drive around all these farms, and it's just ATV rides.
Farms area.
It was down. I don't know Miami well, so it's I put it in the go here. And this was after I did Roll Science, and then we were we were asking him I saw this restaurant, we can't find it. We wound up finding it, and then we just plugged it into the GPS and went.
Pretty neat.
I don't know my ass from my elbow when I'm down there. She brought me to a winery down there too. That was super cool. Same thing. We stayed the whole day, dinner, dancing. They had Latin dancing, and then on the other side was line dancing. There was this humongous I don't want to call it a shed. That would
pavilion
barn.
It was a huge barn. It was they do their own winery. They do their own wine there. You have to walk to the other side of the property, but it's the same company.
That's cool.
And they did. It was line dancing. But, you think line dancing, you're thinking like Hicks and this and that. It was just like a sea of Cubans and Puerto Ricans and black and white. And it was
like dance, man.
But doing it to like hip hop song, I didn't know. I'm new to this, but they're like putting on hip hop songs, and then everybody's line dancing to these songs. He announces what dance it's supposed to be, and then they go do that dance. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun. It was, but that's how when I need to do jujitsu stuff, that's how I get her to come with. I'm like, hey, we're gonna do this. 2 hours max, and then we're gonna go do something. She's all about the food, so she's just like, well, let's just go. So she gave me a thumbs up.
Next time you go, there's in that same area. I took Alice there for her birthday. The first guy who ever sold Joe Exotic a tiger has a private zoo, like at his house.
Yeah,
dude, we got to pet jaguars and shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's right in that same area, maybe 20 minutes away in Homestead. Like, if you were in the farms, it's in the farms. So it's cool as fuck.
This was my huge problem with my wife back in the day was. I want to do something jiu-jitsu. It was I don't want to jiu-jitsu. I don't want to do. But I wasn't thinking like, and we'll go do this, and we'll go here, and we'll go. I wasn't smart enough to. We did it like once after a podcast, and it didn't work out well. I was like on my phone thanking the guys for coming out. Like she's like, put your phone down already. We get into an argument. We go home. She was just like very anti jiu-jitsu at that point. Like, come on, it's our time now, right? And now I'm learning like again, bribe them with food and some type of experience while I'm on the road, and it works.
If your girl's hungry.
But I'm a moron, and I didn't realize that at the time.
Jiu-jitsu over everything.
Yeah.
Your wife, she loves jiu-jitsu, or she no love you?
No, she did not like jiu-jitsu.
Pretty good accent.
Thank you.
He does fucking great. That's just one. Of like, I think we could probably just spit out countries, and he winds up. Just
some.
Yeah.
Some I can just hit. Other ones take like a little effort.
So Shane, Liborio, he's doing his accent, so good time to talk about Liborio, right?
Yeah.
Liborio Black Belt. Yep. You guys know each other from the ATT days, right? Did you train back?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you guys like what level you were at?
So I do. I remember first time I met you. It was over at Rafi Diaz gym at ATT Fort Lauderdale. You were purple belt.
Okay.
Yeah, I was coming in there.
So we're talking about in jiu-jitsu,
in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, out of jiu-jitsu, we knew each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scene.
Like from the punk scene and stuff.
Oh, from the music scene? Yeah. Oh, okay. So
I worked at the bar.
Was it coincident? It was just like, oh my God, you do
kind of.
now? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dude, there's a bunch of guys that like, hey man, I know you from Poorhouse. I'm like, who are you? Because I'm running bottles. And they're like, oh, we're partying. Like, were you a good tipper?
Yeah, no, I don't remember you.
But in jiu-jitsu, I remember it was later on in the years, we've known each other, and you were living in Thailand, and you kept flying back because Liborio's supposed to promote you or something. It was remember all that.
Yep.
And then I remember I was real big into the gi, right? And I was like, I was a purple belt at the time, maybe 3 or 4 stripe purple belt. And I was like, Keenan's worm guard. I'm going to worm guard the fuck out of the world.
Brown belt for sure.
All right.
Yeah. Because I didn't move to Thailand until I was 3-stripe brown belt or 2-stripe brown belt.
So I was probably a purple belt, right?
Okay.
And then maybe, I don't know. So I'm talking to this guy talking shit like,
I'm gonna fucking ruin you.
I was like, I'm gonna worm guard the shit out of you. I'm gonna worm guard you. I'm gonna pancake guard you, like all this shit, right?
He's like, you got a bunch of white belts. I'm training with Barbosa twice a day. I'm training with Liborio. I'm over here with Bruno. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I was like, okay.
So he comes down, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking, here we go. This is the new shit. Because it was right when Keenan beat Leandro Lowe at the Copa Podio, right? Okay. And then they were trying to outlaw the worm guard because he beat him.
How do you outlaw?
Because, American,
hey, you can't put their lapel by their leg.
Yeah, the American guy won. So, so all that goes down. So I'm like, I'm like in loving with this stuff. So I'm like, okay. Ben comes down. I'm like, here we go. We're gonna roll. Bro, this fucking guy here, this pressure pass, smash. The worm guard was out the window. I'm suffocating on my back here.
I love it. I love when you
dying here, bro. Puts me in mount, his knee on belly. I'm like gasping for air. It was like some funny shit.
As a fellow, like that warms my heart. As a fellow larger man in this game, at least I should. In my gym now, I'm not the big. I've got like a couple of 6'4".
Dude,
guys.
there's that one
easily
guy who looks like
6'4".
a fucking Viking. Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere.
Marshall.
Near that guy.
Marshall is 24.
Yeah,
about 6'4". He just won like New Breed. I think I don't know if he won the Absolute. He did really good there. Were you at that last New Breed in Coral Springs?
I was. Yeah.
He I don't know. He had 2 belts over his shoulder.
Welcome to a new age in wellness, healing, and recovery. Leheal Biogenix is at the forefront of new and natural methods of treatment. Friendly staff will take you through the process comfortably and help you optimize your body, heal injuries, and recover from physical stress and traumas. From red light therapy, laser treatment, to peptides, and much more. Check out Leheal.com. Be your best. Get Leheal. Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Unlock the power of your online presence with Black Belt Digital Marketing. Their reputation management program ensures your Google business profile is seen by more potential customers. Black Belt Digital Marketing is your full-service digital marketing agency specializing in local SEO and reputation management. Boost your business today. Visit bbdigitalmarketing.com. Your success is their priority.
Yeah, if I have to, drilling with him is like rolling with him. He drills just as hard as he rolls.
I drilled
and I'm
him at the seminar.
I've been like, I've got to hurt just drilling with
my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, bro, you were going to fucking.
Great guy. Marshall's incredible. He's one of the coaches. Like they always look to him to show a move. He's been training since he was a little kid. 24, he's one of those. He's like 24-year-old black belt, just guy's black belt, but he's been training since he was a little kid. So he's like been on the mat his whole life.
Fucking wish.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. So
his back is going to be so bad.
And that.
He is a beast. He gives all of his coaches problems, if not.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, like he's probably beating them on most rolls. He's like a like he's one of those like savants from the outside looking in. Like, he gets it. When he was like, when we had the BJJ After 40 guys there, Mike and Sheena Bidwell, when they did the seminar at my school, he was showing, like, the next Monday, it's like our biggest class, and they'll always ask different, but like, hey, you want to do something? He's usually one of the guys that they say, hey, you want to show something?
Yeah.
He, like, went through those moves like if he had been doing them his entire life. Like, he was just like, did it, showing it, teaching it. Like, he's just... It's in, like in one ear, out the other. No, in, and then it's in here, and it's getting better, and it's like
he's a steel
marinating. Yeah. So he's really good. But there are three. He's one of three like guys that are probably, I think they've got to be between 6'2" and 6'4", and 225 to 250 probably.
Dude, I'm not rolling with anyone over 170. Fuck that.
It is.
I
tried the other day. I rolled it. I'm like, all right, let me just make him my first roll, just to get it out of the way. Yeah. And then I was like, my arms like could barely lift my arm. Like, oh Jesus, he's a very, very tough roll, and just that's again
huge.
There's I forget his name. There's another guy that comes from, I think it's called American Grappling. He comes on the Sunday Open mats. Devin. Black dude,
big black
Devin.
dude, American.
Oh,
Devin.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Devin is like he's another one. It's just like it just looks so natural.
So
he was a special forces guy.
Devin,
he's like a real life killer.
Oh yeah, is he really? I didn't know that about
Devin made my jiu-jitsu aggressive. Like, because I would roll with him. I'd go over to ACG a couple times to see Charles and those guys. And Devin, I was training with Devin a lot. And I was like, I was rolling. He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing, I'm rolling. He's like, bro, you got to be more aggressive, man. He would just beat me into oblivion. And then I started
smiling the whole time.
And it just made me more aggressive. And I was just like, okay, like this is how
I've watched him just like sit on guys waiting for them to move. And he's just like,
such a nice guy though.
Like this, like sitting on you like that. It's just like, I mean, large dude. He was telling us about something like he does that like that. I don't know what they call it, but like kind of like the Conor McGregor, the animal train, the movements. He's like, I'm doing that in my backyard. He's like, my neighbors must think I'm fucking absolutely nuts. But he was like talking about some of his training and stuff that he does on his own. I mean, he's just like,
yeah.
But if you walk into an open mat, and all four of them are there, you're just like, oh,
Well, you know, he was training for a match before he got injured for Gordon Ryan.
really?
Yeah. He was training with Steve Mako a lot, and he was always at Mako's class down at ATT, and he was getting real good. I think some kind of injury. I don't hold me to it, but I don't know what injury it was. But he got injured, and the match was off. But that shows you the level that he's at.
Is that years ago, or
It was a couple years ago?
Okay.
But I mean, the level, his jiu-jitsu IQ is like through the roof.
We were talking about this last night. We had some new kid in the academy. He had I forget the school. He was it was Atos, Jerusalem.
Wow.
Okay.
When he said it, we were like, because there's like a Jerusalem in like Pennsylvania. So like there's a
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. There's a Bethlehem. So I think my mind went there. Who's the? There's a top team. There's a Bethlehem top team, right? Not top. I mean, Planet.
Yeah.
Planet. I interviewed. Who's
Zach?
Uncle Zach.
And then his student is down there in Miami, 10 p.m.
That's what I'm thinking, Bethlehem. So when he said it, I'm thinking, oh, U.S. And then I'm like, then somebody goes, Israel? He's like, yeah. So, but what we were telling him was, my point to that was that we were telling him, like, when I was finding a new school, it was the school that I'm at, Coral Springs Jiu-Jitsu, was the first school I went to visit because I knew somebody there for a really long time. We were just like Facebook friends. We met at our first competition, the first new breed that I did at White Belt. He knew my coach. I got introduced to him. We follow each other on Facebook, and we just chatted on Facebook once in a while, liked each other's shit. You know how that goes these days. Like, you know somebody, but you don't really, it's like an acquaintance more than a friend. So I went to the gym, and I had a plan to go to a bunch of the different gyms in the area to see where I wanted to go. And when I went to that gym, I went 2 days, and then I went to the open mat on Sunday, and all the other gyms that I was going to go visit were all there. So like the coaches were there, students were there. You could see the patches, you could see the gis, and I was just like, and then guys were like, who's the pastor?
Ryan.
Like all those guys were like, hey, I have a school here, I have a gym here, you can come. And it was just like, don't, just sign the waiver and don't worry, because they come to us, that you can go to their gyms for free. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to get all these other gyms. If I want to, I can travel and go any night. Like my school is like that. Any of the gyms that they're friendly with, you can come, for a whole month, and nobody's charging you.
If you don't mind me asking, what gym are you at now?
It's Coral Springs BJJ.
Okay, with the Felipe still?
No. Yeah, Gigante. Gigante's there, but he's not an owner. He's a coach.
Big Jason.
I don't know. I know the name Jason, but he sold the gym to Eddie Cruz.
Okay.
And Jason Barron. They are the
Jason Barron.
Barron.
Yeah, I love
they are the owners.
Okay.
We actually have RMBJJ. What's his name?
The guy I had
him on the show. Rodrigo Mendez is coming out doing a seminar on Monday.
Oh, cool.
He's going to do a seminar on Monday, 7 o'clock. So that's the original affiliate. I guess we're still that part of his affiliation. So that was the original affiliation. That was the logo on the wall. But I think it was like a Patrick and then somebody else. There was like, I think
I know
guy named
Jason
Patrick.
Barron, and I know you guys do a big law enforcement thing with Mike Jew over there.
I don't know who that is. Eddie is a former Marine. Okay. He's a Marine veteran, and he does a lot of he does
tactics,
gun training. What would I call gun training? Firearm combat. He does like firearm training, like take you to the
it's dope.
Like gun safety and show you how
to
shoot and things like that. Which I'm actually gonna hit him up on. I've got 2 guns I haven't shot yet at all. I bought an AR before. I thought they were gonna like outlaw them. I'm like, I've got to get an AR. It's been sitting under my bed. I haven't even touched it. So I'm like, I'm gonna like get with him and just like go.
Tell me, I'm down.
Stuff. Yeah, I want to like do the. I want to.
Yeah.
I've never done a gun safety thing other than the bullshit freaking thing that they made you get when you get your concealed carry, which is a freaking joke.
Dude, I did my concealed
shooting
carry
a freaking red light thing.
At my buddy's house. He had me shoot a 22 into a pottery, like a potter. It would get bust in the dirt, and he was like, "You shot it. There you go."
Really?
Yeah.
But that's crazy. But the crazy thing is that because now you don't have to get the concealed carry.
You don't have to have it concealed now.
Now, right? So, but when you did, they didn't even. There's no like mandatory go to a range and shoot thing. Like I don't understand how they let that happen.
The thing now, even though you don't need the concealed, it's good to have it because if you want to purchase a firearm, you walk out the same day with wait.
So if you don't have it, it's going to make it more difficult.
They're going to wait. They're going to need the background check longer.
Yeah. Still ridiculous. I mean, as a police officer, what do you think about? I call it the Wild West down here. What do you think about the changes in those regulations specifically? Does that, I mean, it's just like anybody can carry now. Everyone is like,
well, not
potential
everyone.
threat.
If you're a convicted felon, you still can't carry a firearm,
Okay.
right?
No,
So
you
they're not
can.
like,
You're just
Yeah.
shit too. But
well taken.
I mean, it's our right to it's our Second Amendment right to, you can own your firearm, right?
Mhm.
I don't believe everyone should have a firearm,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I feel safe. I feel safe. My wife carries one, you know.
Yeah,
I feel safe. Like but having the concealed, I like it because that way, if I purchase I have a lot of firearms, and that way I just walk in, walk out that same day, get it. Now, you know. Also, I feel like I think everybody should take a class on how to operate a firearm and learn the ergonomics of the weapon and learn how everything, you know, how to properly use it.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're carrying a murder machine, you should be trained in how to use it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah.
You know?
No, I'm not saying you should be carrying a Draco under the car seat.
No, I'm just saying, but I carry a small pocket pistol.
Right.
Yeah.
You point it and it kills what's in front of it.
Yeah.
If you don't hit what you're pointing at, there's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
So like if you are owning a gun and you are carrying a weapon, there should be like my wife has a real estate license. Every year she has to renew her license. She has to prove she knows the laws and can, you know, do a sale and the paperwork, whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't have to do that with our guns.
Well,
Now, look, I like being left the fuck alone too.
Yeah.
But I'm the kind of person that's like, this is something I should take care of versus I just got it. I'm going to shoot it.
There are certain people that shouldn't be left alone, right?
Yeah.
There's certain people
absolutely.
that shouldn't be left alone with.
I feel if you have mental health problems, like you should, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't own a firearm, but you should still, you know, have someone come
Only
out
a
there
22.
and
Nothing bigger than a 22.
look in that. Again, it's just like jiu-jitsu, right? The more we drill, the more proficient we become with our techniques. That's
Did
how
he just say he
everyone
drills? Unbelievable. This is 2025. You play games.
so the more you drill in firearms, like the more
Yeah.
proficient you become, right?
Sure.
We got some good guys that I'm friends with. They have their own companies like Paradox with Ruben. He's a black belt.
Yeah.
Ruben Alvarez. Sean Bonilla from Henzo Gracie. He has his, you know, I think it's Ready and Able Defense. So those guys, man, great guys. And you just keep on, you know, drilling that firearm and learning how to use that weapon. It just becomes automatic at that.
Sure.
Now with us as officers, if I miss, right, I'm held to a whole different level because now I have to account for why I missed my target and why my round went into that house over there.
Hopefully, it just went into like the wall of the house and not into somebody's head. So what is the we talked a lot about law enforcement here on the podcast in the past. What in your department, if you're okay talking about it, like what is the continuing ed as it relates to like being proficient with your firearm and then just continuing physical education? Are there any things that you have to do annually? Because I'll go back. I say my experience with my dad being a cop for 20 plus years in New York City. He was a transit police officer before the departments merged. But back then there was nothing. And I always talk to him about it. I'm like, always remind myself, I'm like, there was nothing. He's like, I just had to qualify with my gun every year and that's it. There was no continuing physical education. There were no physicals. There was no like jump over this wall, lift this, that. Is there anything now? Is
our
that
department
changing?
has changed. Yeah. So I'm in the training unit. I'm not on the road anymore. So now I'm a firearms instructor. I am a TAC med instructor, defensive tactics instructor, and vehicle operations. So every year we have a 40-hour annual training. All right. And every year you have to be proficient in DT. You have to qualify with your firearm. But not only that, it's not just qualification. Oh, we just check off the box. No, we got to see that you know how to operate, give it the function test, give it, malfunction, clearing, all that stuff. And that's our department's real big on that. And our training unit, I mean, is amazing. Right now, there's 4 of us in our training department. And my other friend, my other coworker, I call him a friend. He's like a master splinter I look up to. I mean, this guy is like, he checks the box off on him, like just badass, right? He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but his jiu-jitsu is really good. I rolled with him, but he comes from a self-defense jiu-jitsu. So he's down at Valente Brothers, right?
Okay.
And I went down to Valente Brothers, and people talk like, oh, it's not sport jiu-jitsu. And I went over there. I learned a lot of shit, man.
They're more the traditional Gracie jiu-jitsu.
They have a museum of jiu-jitsu there. If you ever get a chance, like they literally have a museum there that you can go and look at the history through everything, man. And they also do tactical training as well. Like they go out and I think right now they're some of the Trump administration is down there that they're teaching a lot of that.
I know, like all a few of the females, including his daughter Ivanka, is training.
Yeah, she's down there.
They're all Valente, right?
Yeah, they all go down there, man. And very nice guys. I talked to Liborio about them. I'm like, oh, they had, my department sending me down here. He's like, no, man, go there with an open mind, Zezinho. Listen, man, those guys been around a long time. And you do, like, you can't be closed-minded or short-sighted when it comes to anything, defensive tactics, jiu-jitsu, any of that. Like, so like you were talking about your friend, that's like a sponge. Like, that's how I am, man. Like, just give it all to me, and at least I'll get something out of,
What is it? What was the Bruce Lee, take what's useful?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep what's useful, get rid of the rest.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing. I should know that as a martial arts vet. I should know that exact quote.
But yeah, so our department, we do our 40-hour every year. But I mean, it's real intensive. I mean, from vehicle ops, like, for instance, vehicle operations, right? Vehicle operations. So you got to go through the cones. You got to, if you hit a cone at our department, you are running out of your vehicle and giving CPR to that cone.
Really?
Yeah. So, that's how serious we take it, you know? And we have.
So what is in that 40 hours, it's all of those things that you listed. So it's 3-4 different
so
categories.
Each day is about a 10-hour day. Okay. Monday through Thursday, 10 hours. We go through taser, we go through DT, we go through, firearms, everything. Just all of it.
Can we agree that for the defensive side, for the jiu-jitsu side, and jiu-jitsu as it relates to, I would say, like subduing somebody and then putting the cuffs on them, is that enough?
No.
Like, we need to.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
out for a week and I go back to jiu-jitsu it was like my first day until I get the flow back a little bit. Like, I couldn't imagine not doing jiu-jitsu for a year,
right?
And then going to a class and I'm going to feel like a fish out of water.
The training unit, we have what's called remedial. So say you're an officer, you get into a use of force, your sergeant's going to contact us, and then they're going to send you to us to go do a remedial. We're going to go over handcuffing procedures. We're going to go on what we're going to film. We're going to look at your body cam, and we're going to say, okay, well, Monday quarterback.
You're saying if something happened.
Right, if something happened. But we also hold every week. Every Thursday is our, we call it survival tactics and wellness. Okay. And every Thursday you come in there and you come do BJJ with us voluntarily.
Okay.
Or whenever you want, you contact training. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Now everybody.
That's a huge change. Right. You're the first police officer that I've had on that said anything like you just said. Yes, they have training and it's usually like, oh, I train at the academy. I help with jiu-jitsu at the academy. And if anybody didn't talk about it like this, and they do have it, I'm sorry, but we didn't talk about it like this.
Right.
It's especially most of the police officers that we have had on are in Florida. The others that we've had on are in other states who've retired and then are running programs like Jiu-Jitsu 5.0. Who's the other one that we had on? I want to make sure that
The guys from your gym?
No.
BJJ Cops.
BJJ Cops is Brennan.
Yeah.
I had him on once as well. I did his class and was like incredibly eye-opening with Freddie. Yeah, I went to Freddie Trillo's.
EFC?
EFC. Yeah. Effective Fitness Combatants.
Okay.
So they are police officers who have since they developed programs while they were on the force and have, I believe, even EFC. I think it's Jay Wadsworth. He's retired and they run their programs, exclusive. That's their new job.
Crazy.
Well, yeah, he does that. So my point there was that, though, nobody's talked about what you just said and being able to do the things that you just said. And they could somebody could make a phone call, but nobody's ever brought it up. So, like, I'm happy to hear what you're saying, that this is like the change that we need, and I hope that it continues. But
the change,
the voluntarily is the problem for me. When is it going to be mandatory? You've got to train once a week.
Right.
Twice a week,
So with that being said, I totally get it.
And I'm saying specifically jiu-jitsu.
So when it comes to that mandatory part, as soon as we get a cadet graduating out of that academy, they're with the training unit to do all their in-house. They are training jiu-jitsu. They are training self-defense. They are training every single day, Monday through Thursday in my department, 10 hours a day. We're doing it. It's mandatory all the way until you get onto FTO, right? So
FTO is
field training.
You're actually
so
on the street.
You're going to go out on the street with your, like, you know, the movie Training Day, like that. Right?
Oh, you guys smoke CBP?
So yeah, it's amazing. And then, you know, when it comes to the old timers, I'm just going to do this to somebody. I'm going to do that. Well, you know what? No, you're not. All right. Yeah. No, you're not going to do that, because I'm going to tell you right now, my chief isn't playing around. Miami-Dade just got a new sheriff. She's not playing around. Yeah. Our executive chief officer is all about training. So now we're making it to where, like, you're going to go. And you're going to go do this.
Wasn't there a city in Miami that mandated that all police officers need to be blue belts or equally proficient? Jacksonville? Okay.
Yep. And that's pretty cool too. I like
that. That's Brennan's backyard.
Yeah. It definitely shrinks your hiring pool drastically.
Good.
Well, no, you're going to learn in the academy.
Great thing.
You'll learn in the academy. They'll teach you, from what I understand in Jacksonville, that you start in the academy. That's 6 months of jiu-jitsu in the academy. And then when you get into in-house, that's another like 3 months. And then you're going to be FTO. So by the time you're done, like, and you're on the road alone, you're about a blue belt.
Yeah. We're calling it jiu-jitsu, but you guys call it defensive tactics, right?
Well, yeah. Well, we have, and I don't, and to be honest, I don't want you guys to kill me. I don't think jiu-jitsu is the end all be all for taking someone into custody.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are certainly aspects of jiu-jitsu. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not saying jiu-jitsu like you just. You know, I'm hoping that if I was to show up at a class, that nobody's pulling guard.
Right.
You know, right? You know what I mean? Right. So it's just like,
it works in the streets, bro.
You said like EFC, you know, having somebody like EFC come out, like they'll go into different departments and then they'll do their like level 1, level 2, level 3. Right. But like, you know, some of the things that I've seen or that I've learned, and even when I went to Brennan's, is it was like, you know, cuffing with your partner, putting somebody against the wall, holding them. How do you hold them? Yeah. How do you get them to the ground? And so again, not jiu-jitsu stuff, right? But, you know, it's the way that you hold an arm, and then, you know, maybe the Kimura, you know, to, you know, getting like sitting on their back and like you're holding their arm with their legs. Like, I was like, I've never had to do that. I rip the Kimura, he taps, and we move on.
So what we say is we say you defend, you control, because that's number one. You have to control, right? So no, you defend, you escape, you control, you handcuff. Like that's our 4 modules that we go through. Okay. So you defend yourself. Okay. If you can escape, if they got a knife, a weapon, I'll tase you. Yeah. You know, and then I'll go in and get control, and then we'll go
in those classes. I'm curious, because I know back in the day it was a little bit more about like, all right, I'm going to punch, you know, fighting stance. Is any of that still being taught, or is it truly defensive, where I'm going to take what you give me, take that leverage, get you to the ground?
No, we're still doing striking as well and all that. But again, in our training unit between me and with my partner over there, Newson, man, that guy's so high level. Golden Gloves boxer from Philly. He's done Muay Thai in Thailand. He's a black belt in this, and he started off at Wagner's, you know, so he knows what's up. Yeah. So it's pretty cool, like, you know, to have that at my department. I can't tell you about other departments, but I do know City of Miami, they have a really good jiu-jitsu program as well. They call it lunch roll. So at lunch, everyone can come in, roll. I know the county, the sheriff's office, they have the Hive over there. A lot of people just show up and start. And now BSO, they just started. They have, I don't know if you've seen their new training facility at BSO. Oh my God.
Is BSO at the college?
No. BSO has their own training building now. And Ruben is actually heading the entire jiu-jitsu program every day over there now. So it's pretty cool, man. Like I'm happy to see
the change that we've been talking, it's happening.
It happens,
incremental, but it's happening.
Slow, but at least it's better than not having any of it.
Think about this in the next, let's say, 10 or 12 years. The number of kids that have trained jiu-jitsu that are going to be 16, 17, 18.
Mikey Musumeki. Like a bunch of Mikeys running around.
I mean, yeah, but they're not going to be dealing with the cops. Those kids are going to class. But like the amount of like young hoodlums that have 5 years of jiu-jitsu that are going to be getting in like shit.
Bro, I got a story.
I would hope, though, that I think that martial arts still, once you're in a martial art, like
everywhere.
I think you would hope that, you know, jiu-jitsu or the martial arts does what it's supposed to do, which is it kind of brings out the best in you. Mm-hmm. You know, when you I used to go out in my 30s. I used to go out and fucking try to start fights and like, let's go.
It brings out the best.
You know, it was stupid. We were stupid. In my 30s, I was still clubbing and being an idiot, right? But as soon as I started to train, I'm like, oh, so that skinny guy in the club is the guy that I got to worry about that could probably kill me without me even fucking, being able to lay a hand on him. Once you realize that, it resets something in my mind. I'm like, okay, stop being an asshole. Like, you just keep your fucking mouth shut. If there's trouble over there, be over there. Like, I'm as far away from the problem as possible. I mean, it may be different for a police officer, but I'm like, if there's a problem there, I'm over here. I don't want any part of it because I don't know what that guy knows. And then what if I hurt him? What if he doesn't know anything and then I hurt him and then I'm going to jail because I'm fucking a knucklehead? So, I mean, remember, I didn't start jiu-jitsu till I was 41.
Okay.
I started doing a little bit of like stand-up in my
you're
late 30s.
31, man.
Dude, how did you get a black belt in 2.5 years? Are you a billionaire that we don't know about?
Don't even.
Yeah, my wife is gonna hate. I love throwing that in her face. She's like, she has such a problem with like getting older. Like, I think like most. I'm like, I just had a birthday. I just turned 52, and I'm like,
really?
I'm like, let's do it.
Wow.
My dad, it's in the genes. Let me just say this. It's in the family genes because both my parents looked really, really young. My dad's 80, my mom's 75, and they're just starting to look like that. Like, okay, now I could, but my dad still doesn't look like he's 80. He used to joke about whenever somebody asked him his age, he would add like 5 years just so that they would say, wow, you look great for your age, But he didn't have to. He just looked good. So it's definitely in the genes, and it's just fucking.
I know what that feels
I love it. I love it. I definitely make it a joke with the family, like,
Yeah,
I know I look young.
get it, man.
So what is your ethnic background?
Everybody's Puerto Rican. The whole family.
There you go.
Both parents are Puerto Rican.
Good
yeah.
skin. Very
What's up?
clear.
If so, like my mom's side of the family, they have more of, especially my mom's father, they have more of the Taino Indian look, the native look from the island. So like little darker skins, like straight hair, like all the men are like hairless cats. Like I probably have the most facial hair than my uncles had at my age. But like this is like people are like, you shave your arms. I'm like, no, I don't have it. This is, they were all no hair. Barely had to shave. My uncle it was a joke because he used to shave his chest a lot to get it to, like he thought it was going to grow more and get thicker because he wanted to be the man. My dad freaking looks like a freaking monkey with all his, like he just like hairy. I didn't get any of that. But it's that Indian side, I think, is what comes through and what makes all of them look younger. They look way younger than they're actually.
The really important question, do you know how to make mofongo?
I'm not good at cooking Spanish food. I've worked in restaurants. I worked in Italian and Greek restaurants growing up, so like I can make a pizza from scratch, make the sauce.
Do you know where the good mofongo is at?
Yes, I can give you a place I can give you a place up by you.
Let's go.
There's I think it's actually Puerto Rican and Dominican restaurant. I forget the name of it. But if you go there in the evenings after about, I think it's 7, 8 o'clock.
They like karaoke and stuff?
DJ. It's Fridays and Saturdays.
I went there last
DJ
week.
and it's freaking,
I went.
Salsa, merengue, everything. We, like at least once a year we go for somebody's birthday there. And they do a mofongo with they do shrimp, they do steak, they do it's fucking amazing.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ, the whole freaking nine, and then it's just like, when my mom is my mom's got like napkins in her, like putting little pieces of napkins in her ears, but that's the spot up there. It's up there north of West Palm Beach.
Took the steak and the mofongo and like I hear
it's like Tropicana. It's something Tropicana or Tropicana. Yeah. That's the name of it. I'll send it to you. It was fucking amazing. Yeah. So back to me looking young. No. That's it. That's underneath it's 52. my back is killing me like a 52-year-old. My shoulders are fucked.
We all feel
but
being practitioners, man.
I feel look okay. Constant pain.
100%.
But yeah, man, I started at 41, man, and it's right before my 41st. Right before my 41st birthday.
What a daunting time of life to start something really hard.
Okay, Dad, that's exactly what my father
you know
told
when
me.
you say like everything hurts, but you look good on the outside, but everything on the inside. I saw a clip on Instagram where Tom Hardy was walking by at a red carpet, and they're like, "How's your jiu-jitsu going?" And he goes, "It sucks." Yeah, like he's really training because he's giving you the truth, right?
I watched a Rogan episode the other day. He was interesting. He was interviewing what's his name? Jim Norton, the comedian, Jim Norton.
Yeah.
And they started talking about Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
And I guess Rogan was saying how his body's fucked already. Yeah. That he's all hurt. Now I think he was like listing the things that I think are wrong with Tom Hardy right now. However, he knows through the grapevine, and he's just like, yeah, he's like, he's got. I think maybe he got like an ACL injury, and like he's.
Bro, but he's a legit competitor, man.
He goes.
He
hard.
looks fucking. He looks the fucking part, man.
Yeah.
He looks tough. Is he a purple belt now? Or is he still blue?
I think he's a purple belt.
Purple belt now, yeah.
Bro, I saw a video of him. He double legs dudes through the floor.
Yeah,
bro, you got Bane double legging you.
Bro.
Come on, man. You know,
You gotta wonder like how much shell shock does this guy have? Go like, is that Tom fucking Hardy, bro?
You want?
And they're like shake hands, bump fists with Bane.
Yeah,
And
right.
then-
So he has a really good interview though. Somebody's talking to him about jiu-jitsu, and he talks about going to the school the first time. Did you guys hear that interview?
I saw some of it.
And it was just like, forget who he is for a second. It's the same story as like so many of the people that I know that found it. Was like, I found it. I was scared to go. I was nervous. God, I'm older, this and that. And then you go in and it goes, these murderers were the sweetest men that I've ever met.
Yes,
they were nice, and then the camaraderie and the community, and then all that stuff comes out. And he was talking about it, and he's like, I was scared to go, and then I found an academy and started doing jiu-jitsu, and it's like,
And it's crazy.
And it wasn't like a big team either that he joined.
yeah, it was like,
Joined
I think like
regular
in his
jiu-jitsu.
neighborhood or whatever.
Yep.
He says, I went down the road, somebody was like inviting me, and I went, and blah, blah, blah. And the rest is history. And it's like, I mean, there's so many stars now. I think, again, Rogan was talking about not only him, but then they were talking about, who's the Facebook guy? Mark Zuckerberg. He was talking about, and I didn't realize, if he goes to compete, he wears a mask up until he gets on the mat. And I'm like, what? And immediately I'm like, Lucha Libre mask. And I'm like, oh, he's probably just, when I heard mask, and I'm like, how were they letting him walk around with a mask? And I'm like, okay, so it's probably just this mask, right?
Dude, I will say,
but
this,
he
when I
doesn't
first started
take it off
competing-
until he goes on the mat. And then now you're standing across from Mark Zuckerberg. Now, not like that's the most but your mind has got to have a little mind fuck, like, this is the Facebook guy in front of me right now.
Yeah,
There's
and
got to be a little bit of a mind fuck.
If I win, and God forbid I hurt him, someone will be at my house to murder me. He'll just be like,
I respect it though. I absolutely respect it. I've seen. I don't think this is true because I think it would have weeded him out already. But like he went through. Like they say that he got like a team that was trying to change his image.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah, like there was actually they changed the way he dressed, they changed the way he cut his hair. Yeah. But I kind of feel like it was jiu-jitsu, and then I saw those changes. Yeah. Like, and then he just became this like regular gym guy. I agree with but they were trying to say like what is it, like a consultant, like they had image consultant. Like they had an image consultant come in and do, and I'm like, okay. An image consultant, they put you in jiu-jitsu. If you were a pussy, you would have been gone already. The fact that he's around and he's training with guys like Mikey Musumeci and
training with Volkanovski.
Yeah.
But we all know what this is. This is billionaire getting billionaire level pussy. Nothing gets your test levels up like a new he's a nerd.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to our overlord, Mr. Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
But like you weren't getting laid in high school. You probably weren't getting laid in college. And now you're on chic level of like acquirability.
Well, I mean, he's married with a kid. He's got kids and married. I don't know that he's out there.
Do you want to put on a tinfoil hat or what?
What do you mean? What?
Well, come on, dude. You've seen Eyes Wide Shut.
I don't know. I mean, that's like, you're reaching a little bit. You're reaching. I mean, listen, I respect it. I'm certainly I'm on the boat that's like, oh, now I like I was like the overlord. That was the attitude that most of us had before, like fucking Zuckerberg with this fucking listening to my conversations. Bro. I talk about something in the morning and I see it in my feed at night. And now everybody's like, hey, man, Mark Zuckerberg, great, jiu-jitsu, and everybody loves him. I do think if there's anything to it, he definitely got himself into this like UFC stuff, right? He got himself into UFC. He's good friends there, right? I don't know if you know. I noticed this stuff because I handle social media for a lot of our clients at Black Belt Digital Marketing. So, did you know like when they have the social media comments on a UFC, it's always X. It was always X. It was Twitter and then X. and now they introduced Threads. And then on the last fight, the last pay-per-view, Threads was a sponsor, right?
Yeah,
you know, Threads is their version of like Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it was on the mat. So there was also going back a little bit further. They did something with like the goggles for like an event with the VR glasses.
Yeah.
They did something with that. So like he's gotten himself into not only the jiu-jitsu space, but now he's working with the UFC. UFC is a fucking smart partner to have
in the world. Yeah.
And so you've got Threads. You didn't have it was always Twitter with the comments. And then I thought, because what I thought was when I saw the Thread stuff was I was like, oh shit, they got rid of it because Elon's fighting with the president and Dana White's such a supporter of Trump. And I'm like, oh fuck, they got rid of Twitter. But then they were mixing them in. So then it was going back and forth. But then, you know, Threads is actually a sponsor. Well, I bet you they get rid of Twitter and they just go to Threads, especially if it's a sponsor.
Of course.
But like, see, that's the shit that I noticed. But I respect it. He's out there. He's competing.
If you have an unlimited amount of money, you're going to put into shit you like.
What do you think about this guy that just got this black belt after 3.5 years? Does anybody know the story behind this guy? I don't know the guy himself.
I saw him drilling on Musumeci, and I was like, you're a 3-month white belt at best?
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like a big freaking buff dude, and I'm like, I don't, you know.
So I'm not.
I don't know anything about him. I've just seen the pictures.
I saw him drilling in jeans and
How long ago, though? How long ago?
Like,
when he started, or like?
I mean, Mikey looks pretty current.
Okay.
I'm not at liberty to speak on his jiu-jitsu. However, I did see like
Not at liberty because you know it and you don't want to speak on it, or you just don't know. You've never rolled.
know.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't know
That guy in particular.
Right.
I don't even know his
on
name.
that guy, and his name's Moneyberg or something.
Yeah.
So I saw him a couple months ago talking with Gordon Ryan, and Gordon Ryan's like, oh, this guy, this, you know, and then it's just like, okay. But at the end of the day, like, it's jiu-jitsu. Like, if he's doing something that all of us love, I don't think we should be hating on him, right? And if he got his black belt, then fuck it. The mat's not going to lie, right?
This is true.
The mat is not going to lie. So if it made him feel good, and or his you know, all his coaches, who was his coaches? Glover Teixeira, Jake Shields, all these guys in the picture.
Is Mikey in that picture? I don't know if Mikey's in that
I don't know
picture.
if Mikey was
Gordon
in the
Ryan,
picture.
Mikey Musumeci.
You know, like I didn't see them in
Teixeira.
the picture, but I did see Glover. I did see Jake Shields. I forgot who else. But at the end of the day, if they want to promote them, okay, let them get promoted, and that's on them.
Yeah.
What is that? How would you feel if you were like, I'm just going to give this guy a black belt?
Look, and I also
Look,
so
for $1 million, you can have a $10.
Listen, we know people from ATT that were selling belts too. And I'm not going to say any names on here, but
bro, it's most people that.
Oh,
own
if you want your
period.
blue belt, man, you give me $200,
Bro,
you know?
it.
And
I'm the
there's
only academy-
guys now that are former ATT, but they have a different name, but it still says ATT.
Mhm.
That they're charging what $800-900 for your black belt.
I know.
I'm like, what the?
I know a buddy of mine got charged $500 for his black belt, and I was like, for fucking what? He goes, well, we get a custom gi, and I was like, yeah, that
Right.
they buy wholesale for $50, maybe
$30.
$50, most likely 30-ish.
Yeah.
And what, a certificate? I was like, bro, I've bought fancy certificates and printed them out, 70 cents a piece. I buy stock paper and print it out on a high quality printer, 38 cents a piece. When I got my black belt, I got my certificate, but I heard people going, I had to pay $30 for a certificate.
I was there when you got your black belt, and I heard the same thing. When I got my black belt, it was no ceremony. Lebo just showed up and said, here you go. And then when I said, well, I need a cert, Lebo, you guys just go to the front desk. And the certain person that was working like, oh, no, but you need to pay for this. And I'm like, oh, yeah? And then the next day I saw Caleb, and he's like, bro, how many you fucking want? And he gave me blank certificates.
Same.
And I would bring it to Lebo, and he signed it, right? But it was just like,
yeah,
dude,
I went to the desk, and they're like, it's supposed to be $30, but the guy at the desk was my fighter. So he's like, here you go. Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't get a certificate with my black belt.
My only certificate is for my black belt. I don't have anything for blue, purple, brown.
I
nothing.
think my
I've
first
never
school
paid for
gave
a
me
Me neither.
Never
I take it back.
paid.
never
I
never
gave
paid.
Edson Deniz $50. That's it.
I got my black belt. I didn't get a certificate. When I went to my new school, they were like, hey, bring in your certificate. And they hang all the black belt certificates on the wall.
That's cool.
Which, again, yeah, like black belts there are treated not on a pedestal, but with respect in a good way. All the kids are taught to say, you know, call your professor, which some people, you know, I always equated professor with actually being the coach, right? Professor, teacher, right?
Yeah.
But we all teach, so then it kind of worked. Like every single black belt in my build, in my gym, is asked to show a move. You know, they'll just go through, hey, you got anything here? Come here. So it's like usually the coaches teach maybe the first 2 moves and then they get a black belt. Maybe that's a newer black belt. They bring them on. So everybody's teaching. So professor kind of works in our gym. The kids, when they come in, they get on the mat. They go from the top down. You go say hello to the highest black belts and you shake every black belt's hand. I like that. Yeah. I like that they teach them that. They're not putting us on some type of pedestal. It's just showing them respect, especially for the kids. Right. I think it's really good to show them that. And they have to, be humble and,
I like that they put it on the wall too, because it's like Academy safe. Now you can say, okay, this guy's name is here. Who is this guy? Let me check out here.
So they have everybody's certificate. And I was actually, now this was where I was just like, I was happy that my coach didn't give me the guy that promoted me, because I left that gym and he's what sparked Academy Safe. They're like, we'll give you what date were you promoted? I showed them the pictures, say, hey, look, this is my coach putting my belt. And they printed one for me with the Coral Springs logo on it, which was cool. So I don't even have anything that reminds me of that old one. Great. Now I do have a friend that got his black belt way before me. He did get a certificate and his is up there, but it has that old Academy's logo on it. So I'm like, I'm glad mine isn't up there, because then I'm like representing that. I don't want to represent that school.
I don't blame you 100%.
So I'm like happy that I didn't get it. And then they printed one and they put it up there, and then I've got mine in my office at home, which super proud of. But he never gave us. I never got a certificate at any other level. My first coach gave me I think he gave me like a certificate for like when I got my first stripe. Because I was like, I think when he gave me my first stripe, he gave me 2 stripes, because I was like coaching, teaching 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day training. Like in the beginning, I was like a fucking give me more jiu-jitsu, please. Can I mainline this? IV. Yeah, and then what caused a lot of problems with my wife at that time, because she was just like, every day, really, every day you have to go every day, and I'm like, I love this thing. Like that you have a family, right? But anyway, so he did give me that first one, and then my blue belt. So I have those, but I never hung those, and then I never got anything in between. This never bothered me, but I know some black belts that wound up leaving because they felt disrespected because of a couple of different things. But also, and I didn't consider this when I got my black belt, but usually like most coaches will let you say something, like maybe make a speech or say, thank you, And I know a couple of black belts that was like, that they were upset about that. That was like, I've been doing this for more than 10 years, in some cases 15 years, 20 years with injuries. Like, and I didn't even get to say anything. Like, this is a moment in my life. Like, let me say just something. Yeah. Even a thank you. Yeah. There was only one person that spoke at my old school, and it was the owner.
I regret
his wife, who was a black belt. What's that?
I remember yours though.
I regret not having someone to record my speech. Like, I have such like a weird imposter syndrome. I didn't tell my mom I was getting my black belt. I didn't tell my girlfriend. I just went. I got my belt.
I didn't bring anybody. I didn't tell anybody.
Well, Ben, you flew in a couple of times.
I flew in from Thailand. Twice,
like right,
to get my black. Ben, come back, get your black belt. Okay.
So if you flew in a couple of times, did you not get it the first time you came?
Yeah, he kept me at brown belt for 5 years. While I was traveling, I was teaching in Thailand. I was teaching.
He who?
Liborio.
Okay.
And then I finally get it, and he goes, "You know how I make you wait?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I did it on purpose." And I'm like, I don't mind that I had to wait. I mind that it was $2,500
to fly back.
Like, I mind that what I was getting paid in Germany would have gone up by 33% if I had that belt. Wow. I mind that part of it.
Did you? Well, my next question was going to be, how much did it bother you?
It only bothered me in terms of like, this is how I make money, and I could have a 33% increase in income, but like, I never cared about the belt, because my goal in the beginning was, I want to fight. I just want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight. And it honestly wasn't until I got hurt really bad, and after like the Ultimate Fighter, when they're like, "Hey, we're going to give you a brown belt." And I was like, "Oh, I can't have a brown belt. I haven't had a gi on in 7 years. What's going on?" And then I like put the gi back on, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so much fun."
Love it. Yeah.
I missed it. But also I was older. I was 29, 30, and I'm going, "Oh, martial arts. I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't dance, but I can express myself through this." And now I have a lot more tools, i.e. the lapels, the jacket, the pants, whatever, to now I can express myself better. And that's when I started falling in love with the gi.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So like at brown belt, fuck.
See, I never did no gi. I always was the gi guy, man. All this.
So let's talk about it. So you are a Liborio Black Belt. So then you would say that's like your gi Black Belt.
Second degree Liborio Black Belt. Supposed to have my 3rd degree in March, but I haven't made it up there. I'm sorry, Libo. I know it's
Up there, or he moved to Orlando, and I know he's running that UCF program up there too, right?
Calls, that, and he has Martial Arts Nation.
What is that?
That's his gym.
That's his gym up there. Okay.
Martial Arts Nation. You know, and I was like, I'm coming up, and work, you know, so I'm like, I can't.
So now, and you are also a
10th Planet Brown Belt.
10th Planet Brown Belt.
So how does that work?
So I'll explain. So my mom passed. I went out to Texas on a hiatus. I needed time off, and I came back. And well, when I was in Texas, my buddy Gilbert, tattoo artist, I think you know him, calls me up. He's like, bro, I just tattooed.
Got any tattoos?
You got jokes. but he calls me up. He goes, man, this dude came down. He has a 10th Planet down here. And I'm like, man, I can't put my leg behind my head. No fucking way, dude. I'm 230 some pounds. And he's like, just come. Just come. So I started hitting up Matt when I was in Texas. I'm like, bro.
Matt Walsh.
Yeah, Matt Walsh. Love the guy. Hit him up, and I'm gonna circle back on how all this. It's pretty crazy how I'm connected with Matt Walsh. So, I come back, and he's like, just show up. So I come down there, and I'm like, all right, I'm a black belt. I never do no-gi, but I know something. I got pressure. I got Liborio pressure, Carlson pressure. Bro, I was in a leg entanglement within 3 seconds by some white belt or blue belt, and it was like, pop, pop, heel hook, toe hold, heel. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I can hold off, I can 50-50, whatever, but it was insane.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, let me try it again. There's no way. So I started like, all right, let me check this out, man. Like 10th Planet seems pretty cool. And I loved the fact, like, don't get me wrong.
So was that in Texas, you're saying? Or
no,
that was
Pompano? Okay. Texas. But I was talking with Matt Walsh, right? In Texas. I'm like, I'm just going to sign up for the year. Let me just get it out of the way, because I felt with myself, if I sign up for the year, I'm forced to go now. Like, I'm not going to be lazy and no. Right. So I signed up for the year and I started going, and it was pretty cool. Right. So I started like, oh, this is pretty neat. This is different. So I'm like, you know, Matt, I want to start 10th Planet as a white belt. And he's like, well, I can't just give you you have some foundation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I want to learn the system. So he's like, okay, it's a little different, but you still have a foundation.
Yeah.
So you can't be just a white belt in 10th Planet, and then
it would feel like sandbagging, like
right.
It's
so
but you guys don't wear belts anyway, right?
No,
you wear
tournament
rash guards that are.
We have the rash guards, and you do get promoted to belt. So long story short, he called Eddie. And he told Eddie, apparently, from what I understand, he tells Eddie, hey, man, I got this guy. He's a black belt, but he wants to start as a white belt in the system. He's like, well, who's a black belt from? And he's like, Liborio. And apparently Eddie's like, no.
White belt.
You know,
that'd be crazy.
I guess Eddie and Lebo knew each other from the UFC.
Everyone knows them.
You know, so no, you can't. Tell him I'll give him a brown belt. Learn the system, and then when you learn the system and he's proficient with it and this and this and this, and when it's time, then we'll figure that out at that time, right? So
makes a lot of sense.
I started learning the system, man, and I'm like, oh, this shit is pretty cool. I started losing weight. I met this guy named Ben Eddy. Fucking guy is a phenomenal jiu-jitsu.
I've heard that name.
Like phenomenal.
He's like one of the top coaches, right? Where is his
gym? Austin, Texas, right?
He owns that location.
No, Curtis owns it, but he's one of the head coach.
Yeah.
So
I've heard a lot about him. I'm sorry. Let me just throw in the fact that we're also Paul Geller.
I love
Paul.
Love
he's on our board. He's recently joined the board of Academy Safe.
Great guy.
So I've we've talked about his
okay.
He did a different story, but he's mentioned like kind of the brown. I think he went through the same thing where it's just like, we'll give him a brown belt.
Well, that's what they did with another Liborio black belt. Went out to California and trained under Eddie, and that was Ben Saunders.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben, he did the same thing with Ben. Here's your brown belt.
Did Ben just get his black belt? Or did he maybe like a stripe the other day? Did he give him a degree or something the other day? I feel like I saw Ben getting something.
Time-wise, it would make sense.
I think he promoted him. So they're doing the stripes as well, right?
Belt, then you get your ranks after black belt. right? Not white, purple, blue.
They don't do degrees.
No.
At black belt, they'll do degrees. Okay.
So long story short, all this goes down. I start learning the system. I talk to Ben Eddy. I'm like, Ben, man, like, I'm a big fan, you know, whatever, online. Well, no, I met him. He came down to do a seminar, and apparently he's into this thing called the animal-based diet, meat and fruit.
Okay.
No vegetables. It's just meat, fruit, raw dairy. So
is that the basis of the carnivore?
Kind of. So I brought him some antelope because I shot a black buck out in Texas and I had a freezer full of it. And I'm like, here, man. Oh, it's great. Whatever. So I started hitting him up. I'm like, hey, man, can you tell me a little bit more about this diet? Man, when you talk to this guy, he's the most nicest guy, man. Almost as nice as Lebo, man. And he just started giving me, do this, follow this, dot, 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 dot. Any questions?
I'm addicted to bread.
Right there.
That's a problem. Right?
Yeah, man.
So
addicted to bread.
So I started doing it, and man, I just started seeing the pounds just melt, bro. And I was just like, wow. And then my 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu started getting good. I can rubber guard now. I can
more flexible,
more
less
flexibility.
weight.
I have more stamina.
This isn't in the. You mean this isn't in the way? This is like in the way for me.
So
like for me,
I feel like I'm being body shamed right now.
I get it. I give it.
I'm trying. You caught it.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. But it worked, man. And then like so now I'm the 10th Planet system. I'm all about it. I never lost what I learned under Liborio Jiu-Jitsu because now I feel like I got a pressure style. I got my go-to moves from there. And then I also got my go-to moves now if I'm stuck in a bad position off my back. I felt with Liborio style, I was always a top guy.
Yeah.
I was always going to play top. I remember one day asking Liborio, what do I do here? Sweep and get back on top.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
my first coach was like that too. It was a big. He was like 265, 5'8", 265.
You're in this position as you sweep it and get back on top, and then Kimura here or whatever. But now I'm like, okay, well, I could just fire the chill dog and just go from there.
These names of the
chill dog. I want to fire up a chill dog.
But yeah, man, so I love it. Like it's just like I love the gi. I will always respect the gi. And
do you ever go back to it, or you ever go to open mat or something?
So I belong to 10th Planet Pompano, and I also train with Pastor Ryan.
You're at the American Grappling?
Yeah, he's the pastor.
Is it American?
No, he's Underground
Grappling Club.
And I go there, and Pastor Ryan and I, we've known him for over 20-something years.
He was my first sponsor.
He's always at that open mat.
He's a great guy.
He's there most Sundays.
He's actually pastor of my church. He's taken me out of some dark times. And
what church is that?
Calvary Chapel, Deerfield Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And he's been there for me through everything. Right? Yeah. And he's just a good guy. And so I'll train at Underground as well. And I throw on a gi, I'll throw it on over at Underground and play around with those guys. Or, they always like, oh, come teach us 10th Planet Voodoo, So, all right, I'll come over there.
Do you guys know, from the outside looking in, but now do you see it on the inside why everybody kind of looks at like 10th Planet as like the boogeyman a little bit? Like, I'm going to pop my, like competitions, people like you see a 10th Planet rash guard across from you and guys are like, fuck.
Really? I never noticed.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I went to.
I feel like guys are like, oh man, I'm gonna fuck.
Really?
I'm gonna play footsies here. He's going after my legs.
Maybe now.
I'm gonna,
Not classically. Classically, it was rubber guard.
Yeah.
It was like, man, I'm gonna be doing this
the whole time. Yeah. Posture.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see a lot of that. I do love the system. The system was created for MMA. From what I understand, for MMA, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And Eddie doesn't hate the gi. I mean, he came from John Jock as a gi guy. So the way that everything circled back to Matt Walsh and me and our relationship is when I was at ATT in 2008, this guy, Jeffrey Levitets, he was he was the coach for the Olympic wrestling team.
Okay.
He brought USA Grappling down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's like, you're going to be the team leader. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, because both of his boys are like my best friends. Tyler Levitets, I love the kid. His dad, Jeffrey's like, hey, you're going to be the
chocolate factory.
He does 5150 chocolate. Yep. Love the place. Yeah. So he's like, you're going to be the team leader. I need you to go pick people up from the airport. If they need anything, they're going to you. Right? Liborio gave me the black Amex. It's like, you get this if they want this, whatever. So, okay, did all that. And that's how the way it circles back to Matt Walsh is I picked up this kid from 10th Planet at the airport named Denny Procopis. That's Eddie Bravo's first black belt ever.
Really?
Yeah. God, kid was super high when I picked him up. I'm like, oh, this is great.
The 10th Planet guys get high?
Yeah,
Really? Oh, Jesus.
But
never
he
heard.
was the coolest fucking dude ever. And I remember when I was in at that time, it was probably like a blue belt, and I would love the lockdown. I always lock down the shit. And I was just like locked down the world, right? So I asked him, Denny, bro, show me some lockdown secrets. And he was. So I started learning at ATT, and he would come and visit. He showed me some lockdown stuff. And then another ATT guy came, a fighter from the UFC. And you remember George Soteropoulos. He's another 10th Planet dude. So Lebo was like, hey, go roll with him, man, and learn some of that stuff. So I was ATT or 10th Planet was always part of like something I was just always like, man, I want to be a part of this, but there were none down here. Yeah. Like none whatsoever. And then I was doing some of those techniques to some of the guys at ATT, and I was like, oh, F this, F that, you can't do this, suck your own dick, do all this shit. I'm like, oh, but I always loved it, right? Yeah. So Denny Procopis is Matt Walsh's coach that gave him his black belt, right? But then I think something, I'm not at liberty to speak on it, but like, I don't know, something happened with Denny's, I don't know if he's part of it or whatever, but then Matt moved and he went to Boogie. Okay. And Boogie and Eddie. So he's under Boogie and Eddie. And
I feel like they have cooler nicknames.
And Boogie's like,
they have the coolest.
Listen, man, that guy is the coolest.
Freakazoid.
Yeah.
Boogie.
But Boogie's like super chill, man. I met him and then I could say I did my first tournament as a 10th Planet dude at Worlds 2023. And it was like, man, I have nobody here. My coach isn't here. Boogie was there. Yeah. And then Boogie was there and he's like, yeah, man, like if you need anybody, I'll be in your corner. And then Andy Varela, I went to his gym. He's like, if you need anybody, we'll go and help out. Like, so I feel like 10P's like this family. Like, even if you don't know, but you got that flag.
There's like there's the family of jiu-jitsu, let's say outside of the tournament system, like, and you meet somebody and they, there's an immediate brother or sisterhood, right, jiu-jitsu, but it does feel like it's with like 10th Planet. It's even deep. Like there's a family inside of a family there.
I've never won an IBJJF gold medal until I joined 10th Planet. Yeah, I got 2 of them and a silver at IBJJF, and that was in Austin Open. I went to Ben Eddy's school.
That's a tough. That's a tough open.
Yeah, I went over and I met their owner Curtis. Loved the guy. It's freaking amazing. And and I just made these relationships with these guys. I could travel anywhere, and I'll know I'll have a 10th Planet dude in my corner helping me out. Yeah. And I remember at Worlds, I felt someone rubbing my shoulders, and I'm like, oh man, it's probably And I look, and it was Eddie, and he's like,
Eddie Bravo, really?
What mat are you on? I'm like, 7. He goes, we'll be watching. And I'm like, oh, no pressure, like a Boogie here, this guy here, and so
that's kind of fucking cool though. I heard 10th Planet has like a group chat with every gym owner or every black belt.
Every black belt group.
It's like just a crazy WhatsApp group. Mm-hmm. That's wild.
But everybody I've met, there's like no bad blood. Like everybody's cool, man. Like everybody's like,
it's got to make it so much easier.
We have a black belt chat,
and there's no
but not.
Not to knock another thing that I loved about it when I joined over there. It's like, okay, I get the traditional, we bow, we shake oaths and all that. None of that. You walk on, you wash your feet, high five. Yo, what's up, man? Like, it's just like,
that's how I like shit.
I love it. It's like, so like, there's no like this, like how I came up.
Yeah.
We line up. I mean, we line up at the beginning and the end, but it's in between. It's super chill.
It's super chill.
Like I can, if the coach is showing something and I need to, like, I want to say something, or like, hey, by the way, hey guys, don't forget to move your hand like that. You don't want to have your hand fly on the mat, like something like that. Like it's encouraged.
Right.
Yeah.
My old school.
No way.
Why the fuck? Why are you speaking right now? Like,
see, I don't like
it. Was Save It for Facebook was the famous one. He'd be like, save it for Facebook, guys. Like if you rolled and you were like rolling with somebody that was a lower belt and maybe they were doing something like, hey, you should do it. Like, save it for Facebook. Let's go.
Get out.
Don't coach. Let's go. I'm like, this is where, like, especially for, again, somebody older, I love to coach.
Yeah.
I love to teach in my business and on the mat. Yeah. I love it. It's like, you taught me your jiu-jitsu. You don't want me to pass that along. Like, you put a black belt on me and you don't want me to, like, show this guy how to do something because of what? Because it's not coming from you. I remember he would, like, after class, there would be like, somebody would be like, hey, can you show me this? And, somebody was off on the mat. He would go over and put a kibosh on it right away. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
he would be,
like
but it was almost always like, hey, what do I do from here? If like maybe it wasn't something that he was showing or not part of his game, he would be like, no, you wouldn't do that. And then just like bring you into something that has nothing to do with the move you just asked about. Be like, I would do this. And it's like his game, only his game. He had a bad back. So like he had a very specific like pull guard game. So it was like in my mind, it's very one-dimensional, especially for somebody who's been doing it for 20 years. Great jiu-jitsu. Can't take that away from him. But when he's teaching, it was very one-dimensional. We were learning. We did a lot of lockdowns, Z-guard stuff, which I still use to this day. But now, like, at a different school, it's just like, oh, wait a minute. I'm learning all these different things that are, like, some of the basics that I didn't really work on a lot under him. And then, I can open my mouth. I speak for a living. And you're telling me I can't talk during class. I'm like, I want to say, and, like, being able to speak is just different. And then, I'm like always the guy like, hey, new guy, hey, come on, I'll work with you. Everybody's going to roll it.
That is
you haven't rolled yet? Yeah, come here.
Guy.
Like
the dude
Jiu-Jitsu 101, come on.
is my favorite guy.
The guy that what?
The guy who takes on the new guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm one of those.
Is my favorite guy in the gym.
I did that last night. A kid was, he hadn't trained for a year. It was a white belt, didn't train for a year. I think he had like one stripe. He hadn't trained for a year. And I was just like, come on, let's come on.
How many lacerations do you have?
No. He was very, very tired after the warm up.
Perfect.
So he was like every time I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm just tired. It was his first day back.
I died twice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely love my school for that. But I mean, to have a voice and where it's chill.
When you
I don't mind the lining up. I kind of like that as, I'm a little older. That's how I started my jiu-jitsu. So it's the same.
Lining up
but
before class is normal. It's like organizational.
Do you guys line up before class before you start? No, it's just get on.
You just really high five.
You get on and like from what I understand, like you start to go through your basics, right? You just start. I mean, I'm sure you can.
We go in there,
stretch and
so
stuff like that.
I teach every Friday morning at 9:30, and I'll just be like, all right, let's do some bridges, 2 shrimps. Okay, feel pretty loosed up. Let's stretch just a little, and let's just start, right?
And it's just like I'm pointing at the wall because I've heard like it's on the wall. That what do they call it? Like the different warm up, the things that
our warm ups.
There's like a warm up that you're supposed to follow, right? And that are very specific moves.
So each warm up has a flow, right? And then you do like, okay, so for today we're gonna do Granby's. That's your A, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do your warm up, right? And then you'll do that, and then we also have things called like flows, like deathbed flows and this and that, and you learn it, and we even have an app now. The Jiu-Jitsu app that has every
got to be a member
single thing, $10 a month. But hey,
as a member or anybody can get onto it. Really,
pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
So you have every single 10th Planet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's Eddie's thing. He had like the 10th Planet University.
So then he has the MTS, Mastering the System, right?
Yeah.
And that you go on there, and that's, man, it's so amazing because $5 a month. And you're gonna have everything at your fingertips. So you just
it's videos of the moves being
from every class.
Yeah, really.
And then you'll have Boogie on there. You'll have Kyle, guys, check out Kyle Chambers, one of the greatest jiu-jitsu guys. I mean, that's one of my top guys now. And you have these guys just teaching, and you're like,
he did a lot of WNOs and fight to wins and stuff,
EBIs and all that. But yeah, man, you just watch them and they go through the techniques, and then you just learn the system.
I have a question from one of your training partners. Sure. This is from Paul Paul Geller. Let me see.
I love you, Paul.
Question for Paul, for Joe.
Don't say that before the question.
He says,
my boy.
I guess I wasn't supposed to say it was for me. He says, I hear Paul Geller has a nice Peruvian necktie. Any comment on that, Joe?
I do have a comment on that. So I was invited to Paul Geller's house, and he's like, man, come on over. I got like my own little gym at the house, right?
Yeah.
So I go over there, and we're rolling, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, let me take it nice. But, Paul came up old school, so he likes to, and I'm like, okay, cool. So we're going to roll. I'm going to match your energy. Whatever you give me, I'm going to match you. So I'm like, okay, Paul's, this guy's fucking strong, bro,
He says that in the his next comment was how strong you are.
So he goes, boom, and slaps on this Peruvian necktie on me. And I'm like, I'm going to get like it was so tight. So it's funny that he brings that up because I just went to New Breed and slapped the nastiest Peruvian necktie on my opponent.
Yeah.
It was like, so thank you, Paul. He reminded me. So yeah, man.
He's Paul's a good dude. He's also was he American Top Team as well? Did he train at some point at American Top Team? I think back in the day.
Guy, Rodrigo. He's one of his guys.
Oh, that's right. He brought Rodrigo on. That's right. What am I thinking? Yeah, he brought Rodrigo
guy, man. But Paul's been around, man. The guy's been around a long time and just a great human.
Yeah.
You know, just a great human to be around. You could call him at any time. He'll answer for you, give you the best advice, and just a great man. You know?
Yeah, he's a good dude. I mean, he was, it's funny. I don't think he'll mind if I say this. I wanted to ask him to join the board, and I'm like, this guy doesn't. What is he going to want to do with our little nonprofit? And when I asked him, he goes, "I've been waiting for you to ask me." And he's like, I would be happy to, and we brought him on right away. It was just like it felt good because people believe in what we're doing, and the whole background check thing is
man, I love part of it. I love it.
Police officers, you know what's out there, and you know that people can fly under the radar.
You know what? And you guys, I might get crucified in the BJJ community, but after that whole fight sports bullshit, like you need something like this to protect the victims from stopping that shit from happening. Man.
So
and
understand, and again, let's look, it is what it is. It's out there. So remember, my school was fight sports.
Yeah,
it was fight sports Coral Springs. So 2 times in my jiu-jitsu journey, I've had my journey interrupted by something that somebody else has done. Meaning, right, fight sports, the whole Marcel, that thing, that happened years before. Tex Johnson outed him being at VRMA. And then it kind of all that shit came back. I didn't know anything about these guys having convictions and
either did I.
And then did they get help to leave the country? That they left, they fled to Brazil. Okay, that all happens. But when it came out, I talked to my coach and I said, "Listen, I am not spending any more money that's going to go to fight sports. If this is all that happened, even before years before I was doing jiu-jitsu, this stuff happened, and." Then they lied about it. They lied about him being, training at one of their places. Long story short, though, I was just like, I'm not gonna spend my money there. I'm sorry. And I had the podcast, and I go, and I just want you to know that I'm going to put out a statement with my co-host on the podcast. Right. He was in Brazil. I knew that he was already leaving fight sports. He had a plan to leave fight sports, and when that happened, he was in Brazil. Literally, we're on the phone through Facebook Messenger. Okay, we're talking, and he's just like, because I'm a marketing guy, he's like, "Hey, what do I do with this? I'm going to change my name here." And he on the phone with me, and I was just like, "This is a good guy.
Yeah,
this is great.
Which is great.
You were going to leave anyway, but this is like forcing you to do it." But then he winds up being the creeper later down the line, banging freaking allegedly banging students, wives, and going after girlfriends, and like grooming wives and moms, and people that got divorced. Like he's going after the wives of his male adult students. Like, I mean, you can't get any worse than that, allegedly. So then
no one punched him in his shit.
You know what the thing is, like everybody when I left, I was very vocal about it within my school. People are like, what's going on? Why are you leaving? I'm like, I'll tell you, if you want to know, call me. I'll tell you why I'm leaving. I'm not gonna hide your secret like everyone else did, because it was happening before I was even there. When I I can show you messages. I could pick up my phone right now, open up Facebook, and show you one specific message of somebody who moved. They moved to another state. She was just like, "You're just finding out about this now?" Like, she was basically like, wow. That's been happening forever. He's been cheating on his wife and traveling and doing all this stuff. It's just like that. You're just finding out about this, and I'm like, how did everybody? I've been there 8 years. How did nobody? And I really heard about it because he wound up allegedly sending a dick pic to a married student. And then it gets back to all the guys. And it was the first time that the guys went through the guy, the women all knew and were very protective of his wife, who's also training there. And then,
but at the same if your wife pic from your coach, is she not going to tell you?
No. Well, this isn't my wife.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the person that he sent that to is a known, I can't say too much, is a known entity in the martial arts world. I can't say what he does because then people that know will be like, oh shit, it's her.
Yeah.
But certain people left. She never came back to train. But she, they were, his thing is, or the wife his wife would say like, oh, she was hitting on him and this and that. If I get hit on and I'm married, I'm not replying with a dick pic if I'm not interested. So that happens. It gets back to everybody. And that's when I started to hear it. Now, okay, so then you have to go morally wrong, not illegal.
Yeah.
Morally wrong, not illegal. But then I found out about that. Then I found out about him. Then guys were like, yeah, he was chasing my ex-wife. After I got divorced, he was like hitting on her. She was calling me to say,
and you're still.
She asked me to tell him not to text. He came out and said, don't. She said, can you tell your coach to stop texting me? But then he like alleged affairs and things like that. So all that happened. So my shit was me starting Academy Safe. It's funny that I'm in the shower going, I'm angry. I'm fucking pissed. I'm like, I gotta do something about it. And you have kids. How do you know? How are you going to know if you're Academy Safe? And I was just like, bing, 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 bing. Is my Academy Safe? And I was just like, I'm doing this. And I got such a bug up my ass. There is a little personal side to the story that I don't share on air too often, but I know of things that happened to people that I know. And it was just like, how can I look them in the face knowing that this is happening in this world, not do anything and if they ever found out that this is happening in this world that I'm a part of, they'd be like, why are you in that world? That's so disgusting. Because, something similar happened to them. So I was like, I couldn't not do something. And that's where this whole thing was born from. But two times my jiu-jitsu getting interrupted by somebody else because they can't keep their dick in their pants was like, was the end for me.
Well, Milton, and I'm glad you gave that testimony and everything. And I'm not saying everybody over there is horrible. I know some people that are from there that are great people that aren't part of that bullshit. But the way I found out everything, I read what Moja Sim put out. And I was like, wow, is this true? And then, all that. And I was like, oh my God, like, how can anybody want to be a part of that? And again, I'm not trying to hate. I'm not hating on it at all. There are some great guys that I know that are there. Like I love some of those guys that train there. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. They're very nice, but it's like, I don't want to put that flag on, man. Like, I couldn't do that.
Again, I agree.
Right.
I know lots of fight sports guys. They're amazing people. Right. There are people that have nothing to do with this. And I'm not even saying, we had Wagner on.
Right.
The week before we put out his episode, the week before the shit hit the fan when Tex Johnson put this out. So we had him on. His wife was on the show. He is one of the sweetest people that I've ever interviewed. And I understand that. And I understand it's a mistake. But what I am saying is that it uncovered for me a larger issue in this world. I'm not blaming them for this issue because it was happening well before and it's happened well after. So this isn't me beating on them, but that's part of my story. You called it a testimony. Yeah. That is my testimony. That's what happened to me. Yep. And I'm not scared to share it. Good. Where a lot of people are scared to share it or leave. A lot of people left, but you didn't hear anything. There were 3 schools in Florida that left the fight sports. I think it's Key West.
Art in Motion.
Art in Motion, who is now Art in Motion, right? And they have a great wrestling program too. They left, and then my coach, Coral Springs, at the Fight Sports Coral Springs left. And again, they handled it poorly. They know they handled it. That's all public. I'm not telling you anything, and I'm not beating 100%. Up on them. But that happening, it definitely triggered things that I knew in my life, with people that I knew, and I was just like, this happening, interrupting my jiu-jitsu, me even having to talk about this is a problem. And then I was like, how can I look certain people in the face and say I'm in this world and I'm not doing anything about it? And again, it sparked this. So it's the whole system, their whole affiliation. That's great. I hope that they join Academy Safe. I want to see fight sports people on there. I want them to say, hey, we're going to make this change and we believe this, right? But they did lose people. I don't fault anybody for staying because even I stayed after I started to hear stuff. I was about to get my black belt. I was just like, where am I going to go? Am I going to start over? Guilty. I stayed longer, but I hadn't heard the worst. I could tell you the worst things that I heard that I did not say here.
I'd rather not.
Yeah. There were worse things that were like, is that true? Oh, that's a rumor. That's this. And I was just like, there was a point where I was just like, bridge too far. And I had gotten my black belt, heard about other things, and I'm like, I'm out. And then I caused a ruckus because I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, good.
I'm in my 50s. I'm not a blue belt that's like, oh my God, I'm going to get a stripe next week, right? But I did do it. I was like, my black belt's right there. I needed, wanted to get my black belt, wanted to, like you said, like things change when you get the black belt. I'm doing a podcast and now I'm a black belt. Giving advice on a podcast is more powerful than a purple or a brown
100%,
belt, right?
man.
So I am guilty of staying longer, but when I heard the worst of what I heard is when I left. I was just like, bridge too far. I can't. I didn't even go in again. And
what about the people that okay, we changed the name of our academy. We're no longer this and that because you've seen there's some YouTube videos, but we're still gonna go down there and train though.
Yeah,
that's too. So, but it's like, okay,
I didn't call out anybody.
Me neither.
I mentioned that to somebody that I trained with. And he was just like, I didn't even think about it. And I'm like, you're going down to the belly of the beast where they made the biggest mistake. You don't train there. They became friends again. You don't have the school name, but you're still essentially affiliated with them. That's like, to me, that's just wrong. Like, this happened.
And I'm not trying to say crucify them or anything, but like, how about join Academy Safe? Like, why don't you make this shit right now and do, because what you're doing
it didn't
is
exist
phenomenal.
That we're a year old.
What you're doing is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
So and as an officer, I see that and I'm like, man, I think every school should be a part of that, man.
They're going to be.
Really, I hope so. I wish you.
I believe that we're going to be forcing the hand of a lot of people because at a point it's going to be people. We're so vocal about asking. When you bring little Johnny to a gym or you go to your gym, you're a brown belt and you go to your gym, hey, do we do background checks? Because I got my little kids in here and I never really thought about it. I'll tell you who I got the call from yesterday who was just like, oh, somebody told me that you're doing this. We're trying to figure out how to solve this problem in our own affiliation. Not necessarily that they're having a problem, but we need to do this. We didn't know how we were going to do it. And you're here doing all of these 8 things, including the most important, the background check, safe sport certification, talking about grooming, learning about what to watch out for as a coach. Maybe why is that guy always got his hand around that kid? And why does that kid always follow that guy around? Like, why is that girl stretching with, like, it points stuff out. It even happens in my school. People are like, we're like, hey, did you, like, people go, it's a little bit of a joke in my academy, like in a good way. It's like, is that academy safe? And I'm like
right. Like our academy,
everything doesn't have to be under the microscope, but their hands are going to be forced because people at some point are going to be like, can you show me the background checks on all your coaches? Or, how does that work? And people are just going to be like, no, we don't do background. You're going to be embarrassed to say, no, we don't do background checks. Why not? How do you answer that as an owner? How do you answer that? There isn't really an answer. Just by the way, Ben's got all of his guys background check. He's going through the program. He'll probably be accredited.
And the thing with us, like at 10P Pompano, like we did not have a kids program forever. Like we had just started, because it's like we don't want to be around it,
Yeah.
But you know what? We love the kids.
It's just let's. You have to be aware that you are dealing with children, and it's you need to be handling yourself in a different way. As having my home academy through the process, I see how, again, it's a little tongue in cheek sometimes, but sometimes we're like, they're looking at things going, yeah, we can't do that like that anymore. Not that anything inappropriate is happening, but it's, what do they say? A perception is reality, right? Like, so the perception of something, that's a little, we got to think about, like, if somebody walked in and saw that happening, what would they think? Like, I'm an advocate for, if there's a girl in the room, there's a female in the room, and there's a brand new female white belt, you should probably pair them up together on that first class, first week, period, right? You want to build a female program, like there's nothing better than other females like helping and training each other. So like, that's one thing that we really should be doing. So like, there's just like little things that you could do better, but it's going to take a little while to get there, but but at
least you're doing something. Yeah. I haven't heard anyone else doing this.
Yeah, there is no one else.
There isn't anybody else. We're following the same criteria
fantastic.
as USA Wrestling. I'll say that.
Okay.
Our background check criteria is it is USA Wrestling. It's the same company that does the background checks for USA Wrestling doing it for us. And we just said, we need that. That's exactly what we need. And, checks for felonies, domestic violence, it's looking for, assault, like, child molestations again, so we're following that. It's actually, if you go to our resources page under our FAQ, it shows you what the criteria is. So I mean, look, I don't want to make it just about that, but
it's cool. I brought it up.
Yeah. Okay. I believe in it strongly, and I believe that it is the future of what we're doing. And, I believe it's the future of how martial arts academies are going to have to operate. And I tell everybody this, I'm bankrolling this. We get some money from the memberships and get donations and stuff like that. I'm bankrolling this because I believe in it. It's not about making money. It's about changing the game. I don't care where you get it done. If you don't want to do it with us, but get background checks. Go to Safe Sport. You can go to Safe Sport and do it. You don't have to be part of our platform.
I had to do that for IBJJF. I did the Safe Sport. I did all that.
Yeah, so people bring that up a lot where it's just like, it's usually like an academy owner that has to do it.
Right.
But it's not, it doesn't mandate the staff. So we're asking for the staff, like, great that you did it. People be like, well, I did this with the IBJJF already. Why would I do this? It's like, because it doesn't require your staff to do it. And we're asking you to have your staff do it. Okay, that makes sense. Well, do I have to do the Safe Sport again? Because no. Use the same email that you use to register the U.S. Center for Safe Sport. We'll recognize it. It pulls it into our system, and it'll even show us when the continue ed comes up so we can remind you. And then the background check is the background check. We have to do the background check even if you did one yesterday. We're going to do it again to protect ourselves. We've got to do it again.
Why not?
So,
and then the thing too, like with our academy too, another thing, we had a guy have a heart attack on the mat. And that
I saw the post. I swear to God, I thought it was fake because I knew you guys were doing a class like the next week. This is totally coincidental, right? You were doing the certifications the next weekend.
So Matt and
I'm like, that's a fucking crazy video.
So Matt was like, he always was on me. Hey, you're a CPR instructor, right? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, I think how cool would it be if we had got an AED in the academy, and then because the restaurants around here, they don't have on our block. We were like, whoa, they could run over and use ours if they need it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, teach, no worries, I'll do it. So then I'm sitting there, we're rolling, and this guy, he used to train back in the day, hasn't trained for 2 years, came back and went hard. Like he was 100%, like he never stopped, right? And he's sitting there, he's like, oh shit, man, and he's falling. He's like, it hurts. And I'm like, first responder mode, boom, 911. Hey, I need fire rescue on a 3.
Did he have a heart attack? Was he having a heart attack? Really?
Yeah. They said if I didn't get them there, and then Matt doing his thing with the trigger points and me responding as fast as we could, he was going to be an honor. And then
that's crazy.
Thank God, man.
Well, hats off to you guys. Did you guys get the AED? Do you have an AED? You have an AED.
All of
you get everybody certified.
We had 41 people.
I'm hoping. I do hope that because Paul's been telling him hey, you should jump on Academy Safe, and he was here. That happened after Matt was on the show.
Okay.
I'm hoping that this gave him a little nudge, and that's what that's my biggest hope. Even if people don't do it, you don't have to do it with us. But what you get is we're going to promote the fuck out of you on social media. You're going to be on a website and listed, and we promote our own website and do SEO and things like that for it. So there's a method to the madness. We're going to hopefully help you get more students, even one student that pays you for a year, 150, 200, whatever your school charges, times 12 more than pays for the membership. So that's what we're hoping. People realize we're also going to promote.
That's amazing.
All right.
Welcome to a new age in wellness, healing, and recovery. Leheal Biogenix is at the forefront of new and natural methods of treatment. Friendly staff will take you through the process comfortably and help you optimize your body, heal injuries, and recover from physical stress and traumas. From red light therapy, laser treatment, to peptides, and much more. Check out Leheal.com. Be your best. Get Leheal. Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram @flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and remember, You'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Unlock the power of your online presence with Black Belt Digital Marketing. Their reputation management program ensures your Google business profile seen by more potential customers. Black Belt Digital Marketing is your full-service digital marketing agency specializing in local SEO and reputation management. Boost your business today. Visit bbdigitalmarketing.com. Your success is their priority.
All right, listen, I'm going to do a couple of quick shout-outs here. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
That was 2 hours. That was right. Great, it goes by fast. You don't have your glasses today. Shout out to Leheal Optics. Woohoo! The go-to brand for sunglasses and apparel, featuring their unique bamboo sunglasses. Have you seen these, right, where they have...
Those are pretty hard, man.
You got the red stripe, right? Born in Southern California, their products embody the BJJ lifestyle that we all know and love. Visit LehealOptics.com and use code JJD for 10% off your order. They are also supporters of Academy Safe. BJJ Box is back with us as well. We'll have a new box probably in the next couple of weeks. They're doing them quarterly now, so you can check them out at thebjjbox.com, and you get 20% off your first box with code JJD20. Don't forget we've got Leheal.com. Don't let pain and injuries hold you back. Schedule a free in-person or telemedicine consultation today at Leheal.com. That's LEHEAL.com. And let them help you get back to doing what you love. For us, it's jiu-jitsu, right? Mention the podcast. You get 20% off your first treatment. And we have a couple of commercials that run now. We did a new commercial for them. So it runs a couple of times during the podcast. So Leheal.com, 20% off when you mention the podcast. That's it, man. You want to...
Oh, me?
You got anything to say?
I do.
I don't want to forget about you.
Hold on. Are you ready?
Hold on. Wait. Let me
I can't even spin because of the wire. Damn it.
Go ahead.
Are you in Palm Beach County? Do you want to learn martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, Muay Thai, mixed martial arts? Do you want to be a certified badass? Well, then I've got just the place for you. It is American Top Team Palm Beach Gardens in Lake Park, Florida. So if you want to get your skills up, there's only one place to go, and that's ATT PBG. Thank you.
Nice. Wow, I got two bends there. I had two bends on the screen. Let me get some pictures.
Well, since no one else is talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
FightTape.us, ladies and gentlemen,
shout out
for the absolute best in corner equipment for the cut man, coach, and fighter in all of us and in all of our hearts. Get your gauze, a.k.a. fight wrap. Get your sport tape, a.k.a. fight tape at fighttape.us. The absolute best in corner.
I just want to shout out my wife.
I'm going to give you a second. Yeah, man.
My wife, she holds me accountable. She makes all my meals every day. I mean, she's on my ass. You need to go train.
Does she train?
No, she doesn't. But she's from Ireland, and she's a baddie. And Matt Walsh, Curtis, Ben Eddy, all you guys, thank you. Mike Cipriani, he's I love this guy from Gamblers, straight OG, man. Yeah. He's been there for me for a lot. But thank you guys.
10 Planet Pompano, right?
10 Planet Pompano.
Your IG?
Yes, sir.
Again, we had Matt on. Look for if you Google Jiu-Jitsu Dummies and Matt Walsh, you'll find that episode. He came on with Paul Geller. Very cool. That was a cool interview. He's a
good guy, man.
He's sharp and he's like chill. He's a very chill guy, right?
Got that 10P for L.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it there. You can check us out at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies for all the ways to watch, listen, and support. My personal IG is Uncle Milty BJJ. Thank you for watching and listening. Peace, love, Jiu-Jitsu. Oos.